The 1993 AFL Grand Final played at the MCG on the 24th of September between Essendon and Carlton. The teams: Essendon, backs, Wanganeen, Fletcher, Wallace. Half-backs, Grenvold, Harvey, Thompson. Centres, Oliver and Shaw, Denham, Hills. Half-forwards, Mercury, Hurd, Massetti. Forwards, Watson, Salmon, Long. Followers, Somerville and O'Donnell, Rover Buick. Interchange at C. Danaher and Calthorpe. Carlton, backs, Ratton, Silvani, Mackay. Half-backs, Christo, Sexton, Hanna. Centres, Scholl, Williams, Brown. Half-forwards, Elvin, Spalding, Powell. Forwards, Welsh, Eskernahan and Heaver. Followers, Madden and Bradley, Rover Gleeson. Interchange, Althorn and Hogg. Crowd, 96,862. Umpires, Darren Goldspink and Peter Carey. Weather, fine, no wind, 18 degrees. Changes in selected sides, nil. Norm Smith medal winner for this 1993 AFL Grand Final was Michael Long of Essendon.
And there it is, the 1993 Grand Final underway. First touch goes to Madden, knocks the ball out towards Spalding. Spalding kicks it up towards the half-forward flank, but Mark Bomber Thompson, the skipper for the Bombers, marks on the half-back line. Kicks around the southern stand side. Up they go. Bratton is there, the ball punched away by Christo. He gets a clean fist to it, and it's over and out for a boundary throw-in. Sexton's picked up Timmy Watson, and I see Hogg having a bit of a dust-up with Buick further down the field. A boundary throw-in 30 seconds into the AFL Grand Final on ABC Radio around Australia. Peter Booth and Tim Lane. Madden wins the ruck again to the front. Williams might have been held. The ball comes through the pack and it's knocked over by Scholl. And there'll be a boundary throw-in right in front of the players' race in the Great Southern Stand.
Free kick to Essendon. There's been an infringement and it's Long. So Athorn has been out there niggling. And Long takes a free 75 from goal. Centering kick. Salmon sets himself. Two against him. Hanna first hands. Off the pack, Gleeson fumbles. Sexton takes possession. Kicks in a hurry. Out towards the members' flank. First there, Massetti. Knocks on. Overruns it. Supported by Mercury, who props. Stands still. Kicks into half forward. Salmon goes to ground and is awarded a free kick. Silvani was right on his hammer. Salmon went lurching forward. And umpire Goldspink ruled that he'd been held. And the man on the mark stands 40 metres out as Salmon walks slowly back and prepares to line up a shot at goal. And his early shots could be critical in this match. His confidence seems to be a factor when he's kicking for goal. Remember 1990? I'm sure Crackers and Smooth do. He started like a house on fire. And he was kicking them that day, but then the ball stopped coming down. That's a good way of stopping him from kicking goals at full forward. Now the crowd hushes. In comes Salmon. Kicks from 45. It's a goal. Great start to the Dons. A goal to Salmon after 2 minutes.
Yes, and, you know, the game it hasn't really settled down now, but, gee, that's a good one to get away and get the nerves out of the belly. The butterflies would be spinning around, and a lot of pressure on Salmon to come out and have to sit back and kick that goal. I think it might be some tactics. Sometimes he's a big, tall boy, but I think he may have to lead, especially early against Silvani, because if he just props and cops, Silvani's a very good spoiler.
Centre bounce by Carey. Both ruckmen miss it, but Madden wins. Gets a kick, but smothered by Grenvold. Comes out towards the wing. Scholl is there. Lost possession. Well done, Ola Renshaw of Essendon. Kicks the ball up towards half forward. The fist came from Christo. Knocks the ball beyond the centre. Williams had a bit of a fumble. Then he gets a hand pass to Gleeson. Gleeson can't get the hand pass. Calthorpe is there. Handball out of the pack to Denham. Runs into his own teammate in Ola Renshaw. The ball comes out from Mercury. Grenvold is there, but Carlton have the numbers. Ratton is mown down from the behind. Will take the free kick on the attacking side of the centre. He plays on quickly. The lead in towards half forward comes from Scholl. Let the ball bounce. He's taken to the ground, almost a free kick, picked up by Denham of Essendon, gets the hand pass away to Ola Renshaw, kicks out wide onto the bootlaces of Mercury. The mark wasn't paid, gets the hand pass to Wangadine, the Brownlow medalist. He's on 50, hand pass back to Mercury, in the middle, back towards Thompson, gets out of a tackle there, but not the second one from Brown. It comes further down the field, picked up by Watson, handball across to Mercury, chips the ball out wide, and the mark is taken by Ola Renshaw,
who kicks up to the wing for Long, who's given Athorn the slip, and the crowd love it as he marks on his knees on the southern wing to put the Dons into attack. Under a bright Melbourne sun, he kicks in towards half forward. His target is Hurd, arriving late O'Donnell. Christou up with the spoil and then falls over the ball. Hurd takes possession. Hand pass falls off his hand. O'Donnell's down and hurt for Essendon. Maybe stunned, maybe injured. Ball spills out towards the boundary line. Carlton nervous. McKay takes it over for a throw in and then has a push and shove with Buick. The throw in up towards Essendon's left forward pocket about 40 metres from goal. Under the scoreboard, Essendon 1 goal, Carlton yet to score.
From the boundary throw-in, knocked down by Salmon to the front of the pack. Bradley's there for the Blues, tries to keep it in. It's going along the boundary line. Is it kept in? Yes, it is. Knocked on by Williams, picked up by Grenvold. He's about 60 metres out from goal. Pushed off his kick by Scholl. In there is Massini, but it's going to be a free kick for a push in the back. Thank you, Stan. And the free kick going to the Bombers to be taken by Grenvold. About a kick and a half out from goal. No breeze to contend with. The kick by Grenvold, the lead from Hurd, up he goes, one grab, not the second off the pack. Gleeson roves like a rover should do, picked up, well, a good tackle there by Watson. The ball comes down eventually to Denham, who kicks into centre half forward. Salmon up, arms everywhere, off the pack Buick, he loves these, runs to 50, sideways hand pass to Harvey, gets out of a Spalding tackle, then gets the hand pass further down the field. A chance for Hurd, hand passes across, a chance for Hills. Hills, it's only a few metres out from goal, kick out of the pack by the Blues. The ball, Athorn it was, kicks up towards centre half back, picked up by Denham, hand pass back to Hurd, by hand gives it to Masiti. He has the shot for goal and has hit the post. That was frantic. Absolutely frantic for 50 minutes around the goal area for the Bombers. They played 5.5 minutes in the first term. Essendon won 1, Carlton yet to score, Bob.
At the moment, they've only got 3 men up forward, but even when they do steady down, they're playing with a 5-man forward line, and Mackay seems to be loose across the ground, but they've sent Grenvold down with him.
Yeah. Pure defence for Carlton so far, and Silvani's kick-in doesn't help because his opponent, Salmon, has run up to near the centre and marked. He kicks into O'Donnell, who obviously has recovered from a knock a moment ago. He marks at the 50 and could just about kick that distance. In fact, he has a look and says, I think I can. 6 minutes in, the Dons 1-1, the Blues yet to score. And Mr. Professional, Gary O'Donnell, is having a shot. That means he thinks he can do it. He dropped punts. He has the distance. It's hit the post again. Both of them shaved the outside. They weren't on their way through the scoring zone, but obviously they were very close. Essendon 1-2. Carlton yet to score. 6.5 minutes first term.
Almost 100,000 people at the MCG. As Silvani beckoned someone to lead further down the field, it was Scholl. And it was Scholl who kept on coming. Yes, that was well done. And he kicks the ball, and Scholl's marked about 20 metres out from the goal he's defending. Kicks outside 50. O'Donnell's got it covered there for Essendon, can't control it. Had a good bounce and a bad one. Picked up by Sexton. Kicks in towards the middle. Up goes Harvey. Late spoil came from Spalding. Off the pack, Bradley from the centre. Drives Carlton forward. Here comes Kernahan and Fletcher. Oh, the sweet fist of Fletcher, which didn't work last week against Modra. Oh, he got a sweet fist to it and punched the ball right across the half-back line, and it's out of play. Boundary throw in. The Blues into attack about 25 metres out from goal, but they trailed by 8 points to 0.
A nice one for a fullback to start with. It hung in the air for a long time. Kernahan rucks against Somerville. Kernahan a hand on the ball, but it falls to Thompson. Ever reliable in defence. He chips not so well. Scholl, close to the boundary line, takes it over. And the throw-in will happen just outside the 50. Carlton's right half forward flank. The Blues going to the punt road end. They haven't scored yet. The Dons have 1-2-8. It's Madden and Somerville in ruck. Madden falls over. Somerville keeps his footing, gets a hand on the ball to no great effect. Defensive side of the pack for the Blues, Williams. Well tackled, brought down by his opponent, Denham. And there'll be a ball up about 65 metres from Carlton's goal. Essendon with all the scores on the board, 1-2. Carlton yet to score 8 minutes into the grand final.
A ball up about 60 metres out from goal. Blues into attack. Knocked down by Madden. Knocked away by an Essendon player. Couldn't see who it was. Picked up by Brown. Tumbles the ball by boot up towards 50. The ball spills to the ground. Out they come. Oh, Madden applied a good tackle on Essendon player. Ball comes free to Mercedes. Hand pass to O'Donnell. By hand gives it to Ola Renshaw. Carries the ball. Just gets out of a shoal tackle. Then kicks up towards the wing. Up goes Sexton. Can't mark. Hurd is there. Traps the ball. Then kicks further down the field. Punch away in defence by Hogg. It comes out the section again of Carlton. Kicks in towards the green MCG middle, which has been painted for the occasion. The mark taken by Gleeson. Then kicks down towards Kernahan.
That was a nice mark.
52 metres out by the time he kicks it, almost directly in front. And he's not wasting any time either. Not much preparation. He goes back and the ball is fading across to the right and off the pack, and I think Harvey might see through. No, knocked back by Spalding to Brown, but the Bombers do well through Bomber Thompson. Hand passes to Harvey, who clears for Essendon.
And they look good, not much opposition, but a bad kick straight to McKay. Plays on from 4 to the wing, kicks back to full forward. Bradley spoils down to Alvin. Good tackle, Calthorpe. Left foot kick, slews out to the pocket, and Fletcher marks on his chest for the Dons, who have Carlton tied down at the moment. Short kick to Mercedes. They have the loose man. He kicks towards the wing. Lead on from Hurd. He goes to ground. Christou the spoil down to Hannah. Carlton on the break. Hand pass to Williams. 60 out. Delays. Left foot kick. Drops short. Leaves Spalding battling from behind. At the full, Gleeson. Wanganeen, the Brownlow medalist, over the ball. Paddles to Calthorpe. Essendon into the clear. Hand pass to Buick. Chip passes. Pinpoint to Hurd. Hits him on the chest between half-back and wing.
The Bombers lead by 8 points, 10 minutes into the first term. The kick by Hurd towards half-forward. Almost Grinbold, but off the pack, a chance for Mercury. A chip pass in towards Long. He can't mark, but he knocks the ball on to Salmon. Salmon is 30 metres out. In comes Scholl. Salmon knocks the ball to Ola Renshaw, who's 60 metres out from goal. Plays cat and mouse, then lines up. He's 45 metres out, kicks, and it's marked by Silvani, but he took the ball over the line for the second grab. It's a behind to Essendon. They lead 1-3-9 to Carlton. No score, 10.5 minutes in the first term.
An interesting kick-out situation here. You see Salmon and Somerville taking big spots and letting Watson stand next to Silvani when he kicks the ball out.
He chips to Sexton between full-back and half-back. He kicks to midfield. At the spill is Bradley. Here's danger. He goes for a run. Williams tries to shepherd but can't get into position. 2 bounces Bradley. Kicks to Kernahan. Up he goes. He almost marked at the second bite. The Essendon defence rushes the ball over the line. The Carlton fans don't like it.
I thought that was a mark.
They reckon their skipper did just enough. If he did, it was only just. The umpire didn't think it was. Carlton's first scorer behind. Essendon 1-3-9.
Lucky not to be penalised for in the back, Kernahan.
The kick in by Fletcher. Stan, how do you read it quickly?
Oh, Essendon in control. They've great run. They're creating the loose man. At this point of time, they've got they really have Carlton chasing them.
Kick in by Fletcher. A hefty kick almost up towards the middle. McKay for Carlton punches the ball in front of the pack, but swept up there by Denham. Quick hand pass across to Long. Aythorne won't catch him, and there's an advantage free kick to Essendon anyway. Long runs inside 50. He's had a few bounces. Runs to 30. Keeps the ball low. He save it. He did it. Silvani can't believe it. Goalie Silvani took a dive. Hard to tell from here. Long kept the ball very low. It's only about a metre off the ground. Silvani made a lunge right on the goal line. Now, there's a replay coming up, and I think we should refer to this television replay because this is crucial. Essendon 2-3-15 as Long breaks clear, keeps the ball low. Silvani, well, the goal umpire in best position, and one would say that it was a goal. Essendon 2-3-15, Carlton 1 behind 1 point, and he was electrifying last week, Michael Long, and he's keeping on the good work.
That's a mismatch, Aythorne and Long.
You're right, I think, Bill. I wonder how long they'll persevere with it. Long is...
Powell's getting ready now.
14-point lead to the Dons. Carlton haven't settled at all. They are being well beaten, and they soccer the ball out of the centre through O'Donnell. Gains about 10 metres. Bradley tries to win it. Knocks it to Scholl, who falls over. And his disposal is stolen by Calthorpe, who breaks out of the centre. Twists, turns, loses the footy. Is tackled hard. by Heaver. Dispossessed. No free kick. Ball spills. McKay over it. Hand pass now to Heaver. Hurried left footer. It's all done in a hurry by the Blues. Bombers there in numbers, but Wanganeen loses it to Brown. Left foot to Kernahan. Drops the mark. He hasn't been paid. It spills to Alvin. 45 out. He's besieged. Gets it to Kernahan. Snap it. Goal. Goal. They needed it badly, and it wasn't pretty, but they're back within 8 points at the 13-minute mark. Essendon 2-3-15. Carlton 1.
O'Donnell runs into Christo, forced a hand pass. Hills is there, gets out of a hand and tackle. Handball across to Grinbold, who's playing well. High ball down towards Salmon, wrestling with Silvani, but Salmon's got it 25 metres out directly in front. What do you reckon, Crackers?
Essendon are really... Mr. T-Lane made a statement last week at the 10-minute mark that could be all over, but the way it's going at the moment...
no, Crackers don't. It's only 14 minutes in.
Playing with all the...
But history in these finals shows that the team who begins well early normally does not win the encounter.
Well, they're playing very well at the moment. Albin's still on. I'm just trying to look at... Scholl's off.
He's been shocked by Ollerenshaw, I think it was.
Hasn't paid a slip over.
Aythorne's still on long.
Now the big fish, Paul Salmon, from 30 metres out. He's a long way off the mark. Lines up. Drop punch for goal and puts it through for his second. I think he might have had a couple on the board in the first 15 minutes of the 90 grand final too, when Collingwood worked Christian and Kelly off him. They weren't quite sure which way to go, but eventually got the combination right. Essendon 3-3-21, Carlton 1-1-7.
Carlton are getting nothing from their wings. Alvin and Hannah are just running up and down in the one spot.
And their forward lines are worried too. I'm not sure that Spalding's 100% fit. He hasn't been going with his marks with any conviction.
Dons by 14 points. They couldn't have asked for a better start. They look very good. Carlton don't look comfortable, don't look organised, don't look settled. We're halfway through the first term. At the bounce, Madden's knock is shark by Denham. He read it beautifully. He kicks long in towards full forward. Oh, here's Salmon running at the ball. Hog in from the side. Paddles desperately over the line for a behind. Another perilous moment for Carlton under immense pressure. Essendon 3-4-22. Carlton 1-1-7, approaching the 16-minute mark.
Now Silvani goes short to a man in the back pocket, and that is Ratton. Denham's been good for the Bombers since coming over from Geelong. Played a lot of reserves games. Kick outside 50. Mark taken by Ollerenshaw. 60 metres out from the Bombers' goal. He's played very well so far. 6 possessions in 16 minutes. Now he's about 65 metres out. A centering kick. It'll land about 40. Somerville there. There goes! Oh, can't mark it and shouldn't have been paid either. It comes out of the pack to Buick. Ratton is there. The ball still 20 metres out from goal. And it comes out of the pack to Long. Hand pass to O'Donnell. 40 metres out. Kicks in towards the pocket. And it's off fingers. And it might have just clipped the behind post. And there'll be a boundary throw in as Mercury dived to try and take a mark in the forward pocket. The Bombers lead by 22 points to 7. Boundary throw in, right forward pocket. Salmon knocks it down, but straight to Aythorne. Claimed by Hurd. The ball spills, and 20 metres out from goal, there'll be a ball up. 20 metres out from the Bombers' goal, beneath the big scoreboard at the MCG, on a perfect day for the grand final.
The Blues have barely had an easy kick so far. Salmon takes it out of the air. He's tackled, his hand pass. There are a few potential targets. Mercury to Denham. O'Donnell on the preferred kick. Kicks offline. On the preferred side, I meant to say. I spat it out in a hurry. He kicked in a hurry. He should have done better than that. Essendon 3-5-23. Carlton 1-1-7. It is 8 scoring shots to 2. And the Dons are right on top.
A short kick in by Silvani finds Ratton, who marks it centre half back. Gives it to Heaver. Heaver kicks the ball in towards the middle. On the bounce there to Brown. But he's tackled by Bomber Thompson. Oh, he gives Bradley a hip and shoulder. Bradley might be hurt. I had the glasses on that. We'll just wait and see. No, he's stunned. He's okay. Loose ball comes out to Brown of Carlton. Kicks down towards Kernahan. And no, he hasn't been paid this one either. It must have been a half-volley one. He's 50 metres out from goal. He picks himself up. And he doesn't say much to umpire Peter Carey, which would mean that he didn't think it was a mark. Essendon 3-5-23. Carlton 1-1-7. 18 minutes in the first quarter. Knocked down by Madden from the ball up. Out of the pack, Heaver. It comes down towards, well, it's taken by O'Donnell, who's playing very well for the Bombers. Kicks out to the wing. And number 13, Hannah, takes the mark. He lost it at the end, but he had plenty of purchase on it to be paid. Goes through the Sydney 2000 indentation on the ground, then kicks it towards centre half forward, but it's a sloppy kick. Denham's kick, hand pass out of the pack for the Bombers is not good. Comes to Spalding, good smother by Somerville, who hand passes but straight to Gleeson. Fluky ball, could go anywhere, picked up by Spalding, he's grabbed, the ball goes to Williams, 40 metres out from the Carlton goal. Haythorn goes to terra firma, and there must be a ball up. No, he's been penalised for holding the ball. There must have been 4 Bomber players pounced on him, and the City will take the free kick at centre half back.
That's happened 5 times, and that's the first free kick.
Chips to Long and Long marks. And there's 50. Powell brought him down after he marked.
Yeah, he couldn't stop then.
Free kicks 5-1 to Essendon.
And a couple of line balls just haven't gone Carlton's way. But Essendon are killing them at the moment. But it's early days, 19 minutes in. And remember the fluctuations in that qualifying final. Every time it looked as though it had gone one way, suddenly it came back. Long's kick sits up at half forward. Salmon is there. Can't mark. Ratton fumbled at the full. Mercury. Hand pass to Watson. Beats one tackle and then is met. Dispossessed. Taken by Sexton. Has to go for touch. Out towards the boundary in front of the members. Hills is first there. Options inside. Thompson steadies on the left. Drives Long into half forward. Salmon and Silvani. No one can mark. Ratton and Watson. Ratton thumps it dangerously towards Hogg. Under pressure. He takes it over the boundary line in the back pocket for the Blues. Almost 20 minutes in. Essendon 3-5-23 and deep in attack. Carlton 1-1-7.
The Bombers with 8 scoring shots to 2. Boundary throw in right forward pocket. Up they go. Madden knocks it down, but it's taken by Mercury. 40 metres out, a left foot snapping towards goal. Is just offline to the right and through for a behind. 9 scoring shots to 2. Essendon 3-6-24. Carlton 1-1-7. Stanley.
Hard to find a Blues winner because they've hardly to find a Blues winner, Pete, at the moment. They're really in awful trouble.
Silvani chips to Aythorn, who slips over as he's about to come in and kick, and so he has to go back again. He's undecided. He goes into the middle. I don't know whether it's a great option. Williams has got 3 against him. He's crashed and goes to ground. It spills Essendon's way again. Masiti, long and high into half forward. Silvani up. A big double fist, and perhaps he could have marked. He's got support when it lands. Christou over the ball. He knocks it the way of Sexton. Gleeson waiting for the hand pass, but the bounce is unkind. And Buick is able to dive in and knock it over the boundary line. And Essendon keep it in just outside their 50. Right half forward flank. 21 minutes. The Dons by 17 points.
15 metres out from goal in front of the members. Up they go. Hurd goes up. Knocked down by Madden. Straight to Williams by hand. Gives it to Christou. From centre half back. Breaks clear. Kicks it towards Brown. But the spoil came from Bomber Thompson. The ball goes to ground. Thompson is there. A little bit of a nudge in the back. Picked up by Masiti. Plays a hand pass to Ollering. Sure, a star in the first term. Handballs out towards Bomber Thompson. Picks it up off his bootlaces. Gets the Bombers going forward. Kicks it towards the half forward flank. Aythorn, number 25 for the Blues, is there. But a bad bounce. The ball comes down. Picked up there by Mercury. Hand pass to Denham. 40 metres out. Can he drill it? He can. He's put it through. Oh, the Bombers are killing the Blues in the grand final. 21 and a half minutes in, first quarter. 10 scoring shots to 2. Essendon 4-6-30. The Carlton 1-1-7. Haythorn's coming off. Scholl back on. A word from Tommy Hafey.
Yes, well, they are killing them. And
the centre, it's Essendon again. 3 hand passes. O'Donnell, long ball. Salmon with the set. Can't mark. 2 against him. It spills and hits the post. Third time the Dons have hit the goal post. That had already been touched. Essendon 4-7-31. Carlton 1-1-7. And it is a blitz in the early part of the grand final.
Silvani went to kick in, but the flags were still being waved. And in the meantime, all except Hogg at centre half back have been picked up. He'll come out wide to Hannah. Hills comes in front of him and takes the mark about 60 metres out from goal. The Bombers can do no wrong. He's gone for a chip pass. Oh, Port. Set it up there for Kelthorpe. The ball off the pack, 40 metres out from goal. Comes back to Denham. Denham's hand pass to Grenbold. By hand gives it to Salmon. Salmon evades Silvani. He can't evade too many people. And he's been penalised for holding the ball. And the free kick's 5-2 now to Essendon. Free kick will go to Greg Williams for the Blues at centre half back. Essendon 4-7-31. Carlton 1-1-7.
Still all defence for the Blues. Williams a nicely weighted kick. Oh, Grenvold did well. He brings it down, but Powell has it for the Blues. He's pulled off his kick, but gains 35 metres. Wanganeen, though, takes it off a pack and steadies and delivers beautifully to Hills, who takes the mark just behind the centre line for the Dons, who seem to have time to spare. He kicks into half forward, setting himself Mercury. Buick waits for the crumb. At the fall, Denham, who is starring, knocked by McKay. Calthorpe fumbled. Buick goes back, overruns it, socket by Bradley in desperation. On towards Spalding in midfield. He falls over. He can't use it. Wanganeen does. He hand passes to Harvey. Long to Hurd. Hurd is 30 metres out directly in front and should stretch Essendon's lead to 5 goals. And it was never like this in the qualifying final. This is one-way traffic, and the Blues have not been in it. As James Hurd prepares to shoot at goal. And this is a simple shot, directly in front. The man on the mark is only 25 metres out. Could the grand final be over before it started? Hurd comes in, kicks, a goal. And this really is a shock. The conventional wisdom was no matter what happens, it'll be tight. Well, it's not. Essendon 5-7-37, Carlton 1-1-7. Stan.
Well, Tim, put it simply, any side that absolutely dominates across centre and across their half-back line really having an enormous ascendancy here, and that's what's happening. I mean, the problem is that the ball is just coming so easily and so quickly into that Essendon forward line. It's just like a smorgasbord from down there and under enormous pressure. They're very lucky that they're as close as they are, Carlton.
The Bombers by 5 goals. Centre bound Somerville there. Knocks it straight down to Denham, who's claimed by Williams. The ball still in the middle. Picked up by Somerville. Hand passes to Hills. By hand gives it to Ollerenshaw, who knocks the ball on for Hills. But the ball is bottled up, picked up by Williams. There's going to be a free kick to the Blues at centre half-back. Now it's going to Essendon. So it's 6-3 to Ollerenshaw, who's been clearly the best player on the ground in the first quarter. Anna's on the ball. Who's on the wing? Bradley's on the wing. The kick into half forward, almost a mark there to Wallace, who's paddled the ball out of the pack, but Sexton is there, kicks wide on the half back line. Up goes Buick, can't mark. Alvin goes in goes Wallace again, but Sexton with good poise clears the ball from centre half back for the Blues. In towards the middle, Wanganeen takes the mark, played on quickly, maybe shouldn't have played on. He was claimed. In goes Denham. He was grabbed. The ball comes out of the pack. Here they come again. Ollerenshaw kicks it towards Salmon. He's 20 out from goal. Can't mark it. Off the pack. The ball bottled up about 22 metres out from goal. And there'll be a ball up deep in the Bombers' attacking zone. Ollerenshaw 9 possessions. 5-7-37, Carlton 1-1-7. There's the ball up, 25 out from the Bombers' goal into time on first term. Knocked down by Madden of Carlton, hovering over the ball. Essendon player Hurd. He's lost it to Christo. Handball across to Silvani. Silvani clears to the point of the square at half-back. Up goes Denham, can't mark. Hills goes in, claims Spalding. Bad hand pass straight to O'Donnell, who hand passes back to Bomber Thompson. In pursuit is Brown, but Thompson plenty of time. Gets the hand pass to Harvey, chipped further down the field, and Denham's marked 60 metres out for the Bombers. Now dropping back is Salmon and Hurd. And Mercury for the crumbs if required. 9 possessions in the term for Hurd. For Denham, is it? Thanks, Jack. Now Denham will kick from 55 metres out. He's gone for the pass to Somerville. The spoil came from McKay or Bradley. The ball on 50. Picked up by Wallace. Wallace hand pass down further down the field. He threw it to Calthorpe. He's being penalised. Free kick to Carlton to be taken by Craig Bradley.
Just as well, goal number 6 was coming up. 27 minutes into the quarter. It can't end soon enough for the Blues. Bradley between the fullback and halfback lines runs inboard and has a couple of bounces. Chips to Sexton, who backs back with courage and takes the mark in the centre. Blues desperate for a goal here late in the quarter. Hand pass to Hogg, who drives Carlton deep into attack. Kernahan just gets into the marking contest. At the fall, Heaver, or rather Powell, had a goal for the taking and fumbled the footy. Picked up by Masidi, who chips it out of bounds on the full. And the Blues still have a chance. A free kick to Alvin at the 50. He goes very short to Kernahan and hasn't really improved Carlton's position all that much. The man on the mark is 45 metres out. Maybe a touch further. and Kernahan's only a few metres inside the boundary line. I think that's the infamous pocket, isn't it, from which he shanked that ball.
Certainly is. I'd rather have Buick kicking from here.
And I reckon he's further out than he was that day, back in round 2. He comes in and kicks from on the 50. A wobbly old drop punt, it's a shocker, and just limps its way through for a behind. And the Blues trail by 28 points, 29 points. Essendon 5-7-37, Carlton 1-2-8.
Kick in by Mark Harvey at the punt road goal. He'll go short, and it's safe to Wanganeen. Back pocket, Gavin Wanganeen. Kicks the ball short again, where he's found Masiti. They're still only about 25 metres out from Carlton's goal. Bit of time erosion here. The clock showing 28:45 in the first term. The kick out wide. No one can mark. Off the pack. Somerville knocks the ball behind. Here's a chance for Long. Paddling the ball. But doing well there is the Blues. The handball comes across to Williams, who kicks in towards the middle. Good use of the body by Madden to get Grimbold out of the way. Here comes the speed horse in Buick. Handball across to Hills. Poor delivery in towards the half-forward line. On the bounce to Gleeson. By hand to Spalding. Gives it to Alvin. By hand back to Gleeson. Gets a bad bounce. The ball taken by Hills. Grubs the ball to Olorenshaw. Meets Williams. Williams wins of Carlton. He's in the AFL crest. Lost possession to Long. The ball paddled out of the pack. Here's a chance for Grimbold. Here come the Bombers again. A long kick in towards Wallace. He might have got a push in the back. He's going to get the free kick. Dean Wallace, 35 metres out. He stood his ground and he hunched his back, and his opponent went all over him in the letter C formation, and really there was nothing that the Carlton player could do. I personally thought it was just a little bit kicky touchwood. Wallace is doing up his bootlace. We're nearly 30 minutes into the first quarter. Essendon 5-7-37. They've won comprehensively on the scoreboard and in general play. Carlton 1-2-8. So close on quarter time. And Dean Wallace, I'm not sure whether he's the most reliable kick for goal. And the siren's gone. And he has interrupted his preparation. He was about to come in and kick, heard the siren, and now goes back. A vital one. From 30 out. Oh, he's hooked it to the left. And he should have gone the first time, as Stephen Kernahan has told us so many times since that bad miss in round 2. It's quarter time in the 1993 AFL Grand Final. A perfect day in Melbourne, and the Bombers lead by 30 points, 13 scoring shots to 3. And at quarter time in the GF, it's 5-8-38 Essendon to Carlton 1-2-8.
Happy.
Well, winning the ball out of the centre for a start. Players lifting themselves. The tags have been terribly important, but Olenshaw's been absolutely sensational. I really wouldn't think that Tommy Alvin would be the player on Olenshaw the way that he's performed so far. And I just see that, well, the Bombers are helping each other a lot more. They handle the ball surer. And I feel that the Blues at this stage have lost a little bit of confidence. They could have taken a couple of marks.
Thorpe immediately puts them into attack. A scrubbing kick. McKay fumbles it. It's been the story of the day. Hand pass to Hannah in the back half now. He hand passes and goes to the deck. And he's down and hurt.
And guess who did it?
He gives it to Hogg, who kicks through the centre, but Harvey marks, and Hannah is still down and in fearful trouble. Harvey chips to O'Donnell, who marks in midfield for the Dons.
Trainers coming from everywhere, and the club doctor to Mill Hannah at centre half forward. Now they should really stop play, because this ball is going to land right in the middle. No, he's gone a little bit short. Kicks up towards half forward. Essendon player grabbed off the ball. Hurd. Advantage is paid. Olorenshaw hand passes to Long. Open goal. 10 metres out and kicks it. And the Bombers get a goal. 46 seconds into the second term. Long gets his second. It's a sorry sight for the Blues, with Hannah down and out at centre half back. And in the meantime, the Bombers increased their lead. They're 6-8-44 to Carlton 1-2-8. Stan.
It's just another classic case of the extension of what we said at quarter time, Peter. The ball came down. Hurd was in front. He went for the mark and it spilled. But such is the initiative and the confidence of the Essendon players. They just had numbers there. They pounced on it. The umpire rightly played the advantage rule. The ball over the top to Long, and he took them on and just dribbled it through. I mean, everything's going right from him. Now with Mill Hannah in the hands of the trainers and the stretcher coming out, I mean, there's just another sorry blow. I think what we need right now is that there's a...
Beat Somerville in ruck, but Thompson's on the defensive side. Doesn't take it cleanly. Denham does. He's starring. He hand passes to O'Donnell. Carlton Carlton in disarray. O'Donnell's chip is cut short by a double-fisted spoil by Ratton. Running down is Denham, but he leaves it for Hurd. 45 out, kicks long. 2 Carlton defenders, but taken by Wallace. He runs into an open goal. And Silvani and Sexton, who had him at their mercy, stand and look at each other and say, what happened? Essendon by 42 points.
Goldspink, it looks to be a good bounce. They're up too early, knocked down by Madden. Through the pack comes Gleeson. Hand passes further down the field, intercepted by O'Donnell, who got a bit of a clip over the air by Spalding. The advantage played to Masiti, who kicks out wide, and Hurd is marked on the southern wing for the Bombers, who lead 7-8-50 to Carlton 1-2-8. James Hurd missed most of the second half of the season with hamstring problems. Kicks it towards half forward. McCurry arches his body. No one can steal the ball away as he marks on the attacking side of the centre. The lead from Wallace. Oh, too far underneath the ball. Left it behind. Mopped up by Silvani. Kicks across the half-back line. And the ball just trickles over.
Still in.
No, it's still in play. But now Alvin is the one who works it over in front of Ola Renshaw for a boundary throw-in. 4.5 minutes in the second term, but of actual play about 3, I'd say. Essendon 7-8, Carlton 1-2.
And Carlton in danger of being totally humiliated here at the throw-in, long at the front of the pack. Doesn't bounce well for him, but he covers Gleeson, who went the wrong way. Should have gone inboard, but defensively went to the boundary line, and there was nowhere to go from there. And so it's a throw-in just outside the 50 for the Dons, who lead by 42 points 5 minutes into the second quarter. At the throw-in, Madden brings it down to Williams, who is besieged. 3 of them hanging off him. They bring him to ground, and there will be a ball up still just outside Essendon's 50. 7-8 to 1-2. 15 scoring shots to 3, and the Dons appear to have the grand final at their mercy this early.
A ball up about 52 metres out from Essendon's goal. Sorry, Jack, I can't call and look at your figures at the same time. Knocked down by Madden across the half-back line. Picked up by Long. Good shepherd there by Hurd. Long gets a hand pass to a central position. Salmon lost his footing. Oh, Silvani and Gleeson collide. The ball will be... No, there's going to be a free kick to Carlton. Unlucky free kick because Gleeson's hurt Silvani. His lower back is hurt. They can't do a thing right. Gleeson's got a free hand pass, gives it to Alvin, runs out of defence, ships the ball out wide to Sexton, who marks on the half-back flank. Sexton goes around the southern wing. Up goes Kernahan in search of kicks. Off the pack Hills. He'll get a free kick for a push.
Shocking tackle.
High tackle as well. Essendon 7-8. Carlton 1-2. Gets the handball across to Masiti, who kicks further down the field, but he can't mark. Picked up by Ola Renshaw. Hand pass back to Hills. Now a big towering kick in towards the pocket. Here comes Wallace again. Can't mark also. Buick is there. Boundary line looms. Hogg keeps it in. No, he doesn't, because Buick works him over. And there'll be a boundary throw-in.
Speaking of working over, Sean Denham's just picked himself off the deck at centre-half forward for Carlton, up at the other end of the ground from where the players. Trainer's out attending to him. He's in a bit of trouble. Salmon in ruck. Falls to Gleeson. Salmon tackles him. Gleeson a hand pass to Williams. Now to Alvin. Kick well, smothered by a pumped-up Salmon. Ricochets to Gleeson. Hand pass to Williams, who is booed by the Essendon crowd. Kick out to half-back. Off a pack O'Donnell. Might have been interfered with. No free kick. Picked up by Brown. Hand pass to nobody. Bradley might run onto it. He can't find the handle. Somerville bearing down. Bradley has to go back the other way, and he is under immense pressure. He now swings a kick back whence it came, but straight to O'Donnell. Carlton without method, without confidence, without anything at the moment. A hand pass to Thompson, who kicks to half forward for the Dons. And in front, Hurd marks, plays on, runs away from the Carlton defence, just outside 50, kicks to full forward. Silvani in front, can't mark. Alvin tackled, gang tackled, falls over the ball. Wallace has it, good smother. He goes back, he's got it again. Tackled by Madden and penalised for holding the ball. A free kick to the much harassed Carlton defence. 7.5 second term, the Dons lead by 42 points.
Bill Hanna, who was stretchered a short time ago, in fact about 5 minutes ago, is up and about and might be coming back on. Now from the free kick, as Madden argues with the field umpire, Gleeson will be picked up because he's got space on the half-back line. Madden's taken too long. He argued and they've picked him up. Buick picked him up. And now Madden from fullback at the punt road goal goes out towards the Great Southern Grandstand wing. Up they go, knocked on by Christo, straight to Brown of Carlton, by hand to Bradley, around the wing, keeps the ball in play, the ball on the bounce. City might get there first. They've got 2-on-1. Wangadine gets Heaver away from the action, and there'll be a boundary throw in. Now Denham with a bloodied mouth is coming off, and Chris Danaher coming on for the Bombers for the first time today. Second term, 8 minutes in.
Up towards Carlton's left half forward flank, Somerville and Kernahan. Carlton have it covered defensive side. Brown's hand pass though is loose. Aythorne has crashed. Picked up by Bradley. Kicks towards full forward, but Grenbold comes out in front of Welsh and marks on his chest between fullback and halfback for the Dons. Loses the ball as he goes running back to take his kick. Recovers it. Kicks untidily over half-back. Ratton juggles it. Oh, he's paid a mark. And I reckon it was just about 2 bob each way. He's lucky. He kicks towards the lead from Welsh out to the pocket. And he marks. But he's had to go out into the graveyard to get it. And it's the right forward pocket.
Aythorne off and Hannah back on.
First possession to Welsh, who started on the bench. Now the Blues will need this more badly than they needed that behind he kicked against the Swans just before the siren rang in round 22. Applause for Hannah. In comes Welsh. Members forward pocket. Drop punt. It's certainly not a goal. Right across the face. Up goes Kernahan. Off the pack, it's all Essendon. Masidi runs away from Powell. Kicks from between back pocket and flank and kicks beautifully and finds touch about 55 metres up ground. Almost on the southern wing. 9.5 in. Essendon by 42 points in the grand final, and Watson prepares to come back on.
The Bombers led by 5 goals at quarter time and now lead by 7. 9 minutes into the second term. From the ball up, Hannah knocks the ball sideways. A bad bounce for Brown. Picked up by Heaver of Carlton. Kicks down towards the half-forward line. Fletcher a sweet punch away from Kernahan again. It goes to Harvey, but he lost it. Picked up by Chris Danaher, who spins out of trouble. Hand passes to Bomber Thompson, who evades a tackle. Then chips the ball up towards the wing. Up goes Hills. He might get a free kick. He was dragged down. No, he won't, but it doesn't matter. O'Donnell's hand pass to Buick, who's grabbed off play, and Buick will take the free kick wide of the centre. It's all Essendon. They're meeting every challenge. Essendon 7-8-50. Carlton 1-2-8. Darren Buick. Wide of centre. A simple position kick to Chris Danaher. Gained about 15 metres. He's on the attacking side of the circle. Then sets it up. It's a high ball in towards Salmon. Easily outmarked by Bradley. Plays on. 1 bounce. 2. Runs up to centre half-back. Kick beyond the centre towards half-forward. Oh, it's an Essendon mark. Oh, Kernahan went in. And Mark Harvey showed a lot of courage backing back. He was falling to the ground as well. He was an open target. And Mark Harvey's marked between centre and centre half-back for the Bombers, who lead by 7 goals.
11 minutes in. Groan from the crowd as they had a look at the replay of that. Kick into half-forward to Hurd, who takes a gem of a mark 60 metres out in front of Hannah. 5 marks. And this young star from the ACT is blossoming. He goes for Salmon, who marks low down 40 metres out. Right away from Silvani then. And Silvani, who did such a fine job after Salmon made a good start in the qualifying final, is being run ragged in that Carlton defence at the moment. Salmon can line them up and kick another goal and stretch the lead to 48 points. He tucks the jumper into the shorts. He wipes the palms, puts the ball between the calves, goes through the whole kit and caboodle.
11 marks to 4 this term, Tim, in favour of the Bombers, of course.
It hasn't got better for the Blues. It's got worse. Essendon have kicked 2 in the first 12 minutes, and Salmon could kick a third. He has 2, and with their tails up, I reckon he might do it. He crosses the 50. He kicks. Oh, he's well out to the right, and he's way off line and through for a behind. The Dons are 7-9-51. The Blues are 1-2-8.
Again by 6 and up towards half-back. Up goes Somerville, can't mark. Let's see, Hurd is there contesting with the ball. Williams has hurt himself. The ball taken by, let's see, it's Harvey. He's on the ground. He'll get a free kick for over the shoulder. Advantage is paid? No. As Hills broke clear for the Bombers. And Spalding being spoken to by umpire Darren Goldspink. Mark Harvey back in the Bomber team after missing a couple of weeks. They lead 51-8. Harvey, a centering kick to half-forward. Up goes Madden, punches the ball away. The K is there, but lost it to Long, who knocked the ball in towards centre half-forward. but Williams got a push in the back from Mercury. That was a good decision. Oh, there's a box on at centre-half back as play goes on. You watch that, Tim. Now, let's see. Oh, down goes Williams after giving a hand pass to Sexton. This is, oh, no, he's up and about all right, Williams. Kicks to half-forward. Wangadine backing back. Has taken a good mark at centre-half back. Handball across to Mercedes. Mercedes kicked to half-forward. Hogg coming out. Marks. He plays on. Mown down by Buick. And Buick holds on to Hogg. Buick tries to get the hand pass out of the pack. Chris Danaher emerges. Here come the Bombers again. The lead from Salmon. It might drop short. It does, but it doesn't matter because Mercury is there to mark about 45 metres out from goal. 11 possessions, Mercury.
Dean Wallace is making his presence felt out there in the sunny afternoon.
He was involved in that wrestle I told you to have a look at, Tim, was he?
No, he was involved in saying good day to Williams.
Oh, that was the Williams one. He went down. Well, Williams went down like a bag of potatoes, but got up fairly quickly. Now, Mercury on a 45-degree angle. The kick on its way. It is a perfect kick. He's put it straight through, fist the air, as the Bombers have got this flag just about all wrapped up. 14 minutes in the second term, and it's been a quarter of football since Carlton scored a goal. Their only. It came at the 14-minute mark in the first term.
Oh, and now it's been reversed because Fraser Brown decked O'Donnell. The Blues have forgotten everything.
Well, I'd like to know what the free kick situation is. They've had the short end.
O'Donnell a hand pass to Harvey. Kicks long into half-forward. Spalding makes the spoil to Long. A double-handed to Wallace. Backward hand pass Shaw. Just outside 50. Good courageous spoil McKay. Deflects to Buick. Under pressure. Backwards to Shaw, whose hand pass is loose over the boundary line for a throw-in. Outside Essendon's 50. And as Tommy Hafey said, it's all in their attacking half. Silvani's gone into attack. But I don't know whether the ball will find him up there. Throw in left half-forward flank for the Dons. Madden and Somerville wrestle. Madden finishes with the ball. He unloads the big torp. It curls over half-forward and Silvani flies and drops the chest mark after getting up there. Harvey to Wanganeen, to Fletcher. A long searching kick into half-forward for the Dons. McKay takes a fine mark for the Blues. And at last some sure hands. A hand pass to Alvin. A left footer gives the Blues the numbers, but Hills might beat them all. Hills and Bradley pursue it shoulder to shoulder out to the boundary line. And it's good enough for Essendon because Hill sees it over for a throw-in on the southern side.
The Bombers by 49 points, 8-9 to 1-2, 16 minutes in the second term. Bright sunny day in Melbourne. Boundary throw-in, dark for the Blues. Let's see, kick off the ground by Madden, but it goes the wrong way. Christo is there off the pack. It's a Mercedes, gives the hand pass to Long on the point of the square, goes to half-forward. Hannah takes a fine mark, plays on, showing no effects of being carried off. He's had two bounces, runs up to the centre, gets out of an Renshaw tackle, handball across to Ratton. Ratton now from the middle, goes long in towards centre half-forward. Up goes Kernahan, can't mark. Kick off the ground by Bomber Thompson is a beauty in defence, and it trickles over the boundary line. A good hefty roll on that one from the skipper, and it's over and out for a boundary throw between wing and half forward. The Blues just marginally into attack. Essendon 8-9-57, Carlton 1-2-8.
Again, Madden and Somerville. Somerville the better of it. All Carlton defensive side. Williams has it. Booed again. Kicks towards Kernahan with 2 to beat. And the odds against him. The ball is fisted out to the boundary line and over. To the howls of delight of the Essendon supporters. It's just inside Carlton's 50. Hardly been there in this quarter in 17 minutes as the Dons have gone further ahead and continued this grand final demolition. Fletcher beats Kernahan in ruck, but down to Brown. Poor left foot kick. Straight back to Fletcher, who dropped a mark, but he sees it over the line for a throw-in. Between the flank and the pocket for the Blues, about 35 around from the behind post. Essendon 8-9, Carlton 1-2.
A boundary throw in 30 out from the Blues goal. In ruck is Kernahan, takes the ball out of the air, feeds the hand pass to Williams, 40 metres out, centering kick into, now it's been touched to Powell. He's been claimed there by Mercedes. Powell recovers, gets the handball over the top, a chance for Welsh. Here comes Harvey. Oh, Welsh rides the bump, tries to get a hand pass out to Powell, picked up by Brown, lost possession, gang tackling the Bombers, and there's going to be a free kick. And it's going Carlton's way to be taken by Welsh. He called for a cab against Renshaw, who's pleading with the field umpire, saying, I was not in possession. But Welsh had one hand on his jumper and one hand raised in the air, appealing for a free kick, that the man was holding onto the ball, and the umpire saw it that way. Rowan Welsh, on a 45-degree angle, 40 metres out from goal. It's been a quarter and 4 minutes since the Blues scored their one and only goal. The kick by Welsh. It's coming back, and I'm not sure. I think there's a goal. Yes, he's put it through. The Blues get their second at the 18-minute mark in the second quarter. Carlton 2-2-14. Essendon 8-9-57.
Carlton's way by Gleeson to Bradley. Hurried left-footed to Kernahan, who marks on his chest just inside the 50. And there's a hint of a lift about the Blues. But they really need to string together 3 or 4 to give them some heart. They must be so shattered. How disappointing to go out and in about 40 minutes of football have the grand final virtually gone. Kernahan lines them up to cut it to 37 points at the 19-minute mark. They need this from the skipper. Man on the mark at about 45. He's a big man too, Fletcher. Kernahan kicks from the 50. It's a shocking wobbling old kick, but it carries home. I don't know how he does it. It was a mongrel. But he kicks his second goal. And it's the first time the Blues have strung 2 together. Essendon 8-9-57, Carlton 3-2-20. Tommy Hapey.
And little Shawnee Denham runs back onto the field. It's going to be interesting to see what happens now, because he was certainly felled 100 metres behind the play.
Back in the middle of the MCG, and the Blues fans finding some boys. Oh, it's a crooked, terrible bounce. It favours Madden, but he lost it. Olorenshaw there, claimed by Ratton. Olorenshaw kicks to half forward. McKay out in front of Long, just marked at centre half back to the Blues. Oh, it's a shocking delivery. Wallace can't mark. Roving the pack beautifully is Denham. Somerville by himself on the half-forward line has marked about 45 metres out from goal. Now he's gone short to Long, who marks in the forward pocket. He's on his non-preferred side. Goes short to half-forward, and the Bombers have marked again through Mercury. 3 players up forward, inside 50, unmarked. Mercury dead in front to bring one of those 2 goals by the Blues. They kicked in a minute or so back. 20 3/4 minutes second term. Essendon 8-9-57. Carlton 3-2-20. And Mark Mercury has kicked 1 goal 1. He's dead in front. Punt road goal. 30 metres out. The drop punt on its way. The goal umpire has a good look. Which way does he go? It's a goal. There's the quick reply by the Bombers. It lead 43 points in the grand final. Not even half-time yet. Essendon 9-9-63 to Carlton 3-2-20.
McKay of the Blues really started the rot, though. Williams wins it out of the centre. Kick under pressure is bad. Heaver runs onto it, can't take it cleanly. Soccer's on, but there's no receiver. Calthorpe over the ball. A hand pass to Wanganeen. Time to spare. Goes backwards to Fletcher. Pokes a pass onto the unguarded Salmon. Training run stuff. Hand pass to Hills. Down the southern wing. Bounced it and lost it, but had time to get it back. Kicks in towards Somerville on the lead. At the fall, Buick. Here's danger. Left foot. 40 metres. Swings at goal and puts it through.
You wouldn't have backed Essendon, Peter, would you?
The Dons by 49 points, and heartbreak again for Carlton as they kick 2, and suddenly, as easy as you like.
The Bombers by 49 points. Centre bounce. It's a perfect bounce too. Up they go. One by Madden, down to Gleeson. Lost possession. The ball comes to O'Donnell. Kicks the ball out towards our broadcast or northern wing. It goes through the Sydney 2000 sign on the ground. Picked up by Silvani. Tackled there by Mercury. Silvani still in the band. Oh, gets into the back of O'Donnell and gives away a free kick. Oh, there's a fight in the middle of the MCG.
Salmon and Madden.
I wonder what's happening with that wrestling rule, where you get reported for wrestling for more than a minute.
Well, I think the count is 5. Now the kick by O'Donnell in towards half forward. The ball off the back of the pack. Hurd is there with Hogg. Hogg works the ball towards the boundary defensively and sneakily for the Blues, and it's gone over. 25 metres out from goal. Left half forward flank at the punt road end. Essendon 10-9. Carlton 3-2. From the boundary throw in. Madden and Somerville. Somerville balks. Madden into his back. The ball comes to ground. Gleeson held without the ball and will take the free kick in the back pocket for Carlton.
But again, just a comedy of ball handling errors. The Blues really, I think, have just frozen today, and it's never come right for them. And now a hand pass to Alvin, and Long takes it off his boot and deflects it over the boundary line in the other forward pocket. And it is being done with contemptuous ease. Embarrassingly so for the hapless Blues. In ruckets Madden and Somerville. Somerville down to Long at the front of the pack. Flicks it backwards to Hurd. He runs into trouble. He's tackled and he's penalised. A free kick to Carlton in the back pocket to be taken by McKay. who has shown some signs in this quarter, but here's one who has done virtually nothing wrong all year, but on grand final day, nothing has gone right. He goes to Hannah, who runs across the face. He has to accelerate as he's underestimated Somerville's chasing capacity. Somerville right on his hammer. Hannah has 5 bounces, kicks to the wing, and Watson almost takes the mark. At the fall, Harvey. Hand pass to the running Fletcher. Up from defence. Kicks into half forward, but Spalding waits under a high ball and takes the mark on the defensive 50 for the Blues.
Invited to play on after shaping for a hand pass. Delivers by foot to Gleeson, who marks at centre half back, who hand passes across to Madden. Mercury giving chase, but Madden kicks the ball up towards the wing. Christo takes a beauty. He should have got the free kick anyway. He was dragged down from behind. Essendon 10-9, Carlton 3-2. But we're 25 minutes into the second term of the grand final. Kick up towards half forward against Kernahan. Got up, he was about third in line, found himself out of position for the oncoming ball and gave away a free kick to Salmon. Salmon's free hand pass to Masiti around the Great Southern Stand wing. Hurd goes up and marks with ease on the wing. Fourth mark for the quarter, lead from Long, and he finds Long, but it comes off his chest. Good harassment there from McKay. The ball still in play, picked up there by Grenville, who started the game well. Floats a hand pass, not a good one. Christo had it then, lost it. Hills has it, boned down by McKay. This ball goes out to Christo. By hand gives it to Williams. Williams half-back flank in the booze. Kicks the ball around the southern side. Up goes Fletcher. Oh, that fist is working beautifully today. It is very sweet as he punches the ball away from the skipper Kernahan. Boundary throw in. Essendon 10-9, Carlton 3-2.
Madden and Salmon the protagonists as they wrestled a while ago. Salmon wins clearly straight to Fraser Brown, who fumbled it, and he then hand passes to Williams under pressure. Williams creatively gives it to Heaver. Oh, shocking hand pass for Madden. Not a good target at the best of times. Heaver goes back and wins the ball well. He comes inboard and has a bounce. Forward of the centre, kicks towards Welsh out in front of Wallace. Wallace the spoil, spills to Kernahan, swings it back to an unguarded goal, and it bounces through. Kernahan's third, and a lifting goal that. Don't they need a lift? Essendon 10-9, 69, Carlton 4-2, 26.
50-50 at the centre bounce. The ball spills at their feet. There's going to be a free kick to Carlton. It'll be a fairly long quarter. 8 goals scored so far. Out of time by 2 minutes. Of course, Hannah stretched it, but he's back on. Kicked by Madden up towards half forward. Wallace does well. Off the pack. Toys with the opposition. Draws the player. Hand pass over the top of Welsh to Harvey, who sees the boundary line, and Grenville runs it over. And that was expertly done by the Bombers. They're 10-9, 69 to Carlton 4-2, 26. The Bombers led by 30 points at quarter time and have extended that lead to 43. From the boundary throw-in, right in front of our commentary position, Madden knocks it down. But out the back, it comes to O'Donnell. Kicks the ball to Grenville, who takes a beauty. Over the top of, I think, Ratton. Yes, Brett Ratton. He's on the wing. Just looked at him a short time ago. He looks a little bit tired. Early days yet, though. Had a blistering first term. Kicked by Grenville up to half forward. Free kick against Mercury. And Alvin's got the free kick on the half-back flank for the Blues. 28 minutes in the second term, and the Bombers lead by 43 points. Kick by Alvin. Salmon comes out in front of the pack, and he marks easily for the Bombers between wing and half-back.
And his tail's up. He kicks into half-forward. Hogg comes across in front for Carlton. Can't take the mark. Chipping in front of Mercury. At least he was able to prevent Mercury from taking it, and it's a throw-in. Forward of the wing for the Dons. Members' side of the MCG. And the scoreboard, a great sight for Essendon fans. Late in the second quarter, the Dons lead by 43 points. Off the pack, Williams wins the ball, but he's well tackled by Mercury. But he's held on to for too long. And it's Williams' free kick. And Justin Madden, who's been in a few skirmishes in this quarter, is very frustrated. Disappointed, no doubt. And he argues the toss now with Denham and Grenvold. Williams' ball between half-back and wing. Kicks it through the centre for Carlton. Looking for Sexton, who might be in attack. Over Wanganeen, can't mark. Gleeson onto the spillage. Hand pass wide for Silvani, who takes an awkward one. Left foot poking pass for Kernahan, who takes a fine mark. Out near the 50, though, on the left half-forward flank. And that is a very difficult shot. 4 marks to Kernahan, who's keeping the Blues afloat, if you could call them afloat. If you could call a drowning man who's been at sea for about 45 days afloat. Kernahan lines them up, having kicked 3. Takes a long time about it. We're at the 29.5 minute mark. There might be 2 or 3 minutes left yet because there was a long delay earlier in the quarter. This to cut it to 37 points. And maybe another before half-time. And the Blues could go in with some restoration of morale. In comes Kernahan from outside 50. This is a better looking drop punt kick. It's got the carry. It's home. It's a beauty. And that was a great goal. Essendon 10-9-69. Carlton 5-2-32.
Just a centre bounce. Both ruckmen miss it. Salmon knocks the ball out towards Grenville. By hand gives it to O'Donnell. The Bombers work the ball out towards the half-forward flank. And the bouncing ball beats Mercury and Albanova for a throw-in. 30 3/4 minutes in the second term. The Bombers led by 30 at quarter time and lead by 37 points close to halfway. 10-9 to 5-2. The boundary throw-in. Knocked down by Madden. Through the pack goes Watson. Left it behind. Picked up by Williams. Hand past Silvani. There's the siren. And the quarter is certainly much shorter than we anticipated. So at half-time in the 93 grand final, the Bombers lead by 37 points. At one stage, I think, Jack, it was up around about the 49, so a couple of late goals by the Blues have restored the issue somewhat, but still a very handsome lead to the Bombers. They're 10-9-69 to Carlton 5-2-32, and for Essendon 2 goals each to Mercury, Salmon and Long, and singles to Hurd, Buick, Wallace and Denham. And for Carlton, where would they be without him? Kernahan has kicked 4 and Welsh 1. At half-time in the AFL Grand Final, Essendon 10-9-69, lead Carlton 5-2-32. Back with more shortly. Here's Don Taylor in the ABC Newsroom.
Thanks, Peter. The latest ABC News. The Australian Council of Social Service has attacked a plan which would see higher income earners take out private health insurance or face an increase in the Medicare levy. The proposal has been raised by Health Minister Graham Richardson as part of a move.
Because big games have been won from here, and you only have to think back 7 days for proof of that fact, because the Dons came from 42 points behind a rampant Adelaide in the second half of the preliminary final. And, of course, the Carlton Football Club scored the 1970 flag by virtue of a comeback from the dead, 44 points down at halfway. It's hard to see, but so it was in 1970. That day it was 10-13 to 4-5 at halfway. Today it's 10-9 to 5-2. The scoreline's hauntingly similar. Essendon 10-9-69, Carlton 5-2-32. In that second term, the Dons kicked 5-1, the Blues kicked 4 straight. So although Essendon had a lot more of the ball late in the term, the Blues were getting back into the contest as it was being played, and that might just give them some heart. Let's go to our panel of experts. Stan Crackers, our coaches, David Mackay in the Blues camp, Bobby Skilton with the Dons, Tommy Hafey and Phil Pennell as well. Stan.
Yes, Tim, well, I think you're right. I think Carlton have given themselves a glimmer of hope, and they did it when really the game looks as if it was going to just really totally slip away in the first 3 or 4 minutes of that second quarter. In addition to the dominance of all the areas we'd mentioned, ground level, across half-back and centre line, I thought that when James Hurd started to just take a number of marks in there, that really the writing was on the wall for the Blues, because Essendon now were just total dominance all over the ground. And David Parkin made numerous changes. We saw Silvani going into attack. Later on, Sexton went up into attack there. Kernahan was coming up the ground. Welsh going to full forward, but really everything was to avail, and I felt for Kernan at that stage because he was doing everything right. He was a great player. He was getting in front.
Bradley feeds the hand pass to Williams, runs up the half forward. The Blues go forward down towards Kernahan. The spoil came from Fletcher, mopping up Wanganeen for the Bombers, kicks out towards the half-back flank, and it beats Thompson over for a boundary throw-in. Enterprising start there with the knock from Madden down to the Rover, then out to Williams. A boundary throw-in. 60 out from the Blues goal. Madden knocks it down again. It's on 50. Aythorne bursts clear. Kicks the ball in towards centre half forward, but Fletcher cutting the ball off is marked almost at full-back for the Bombers. The Bombers are 69, Carlton 32, and the first 5 minutes of this third term will be a real arm wrestle as Fletcher goes short and finds Somerville still on the half-back flank inside 50.
He hand passes to Wanganeen, who is very clever of foot. He kicks out to the wing. Hurd has to spoil Christou, who was in front. Hurd eventually takes it over the boundary line. Just Carlton's attacking side of the members' wing. The Blues to the punt road end of this quarter. And having to make the early running if they're to have a show. Hurd in ruck, wrestles with Madden, who throws him to the ground. Madden takes it, hand pass to Bradley, tunnels a hand pass to Hannah, awkward as he fumbles, has to kick in a hurry, socked back by Harvey, who came crashing through, but McKay took the ball, hand pass to Gleeson, who's had the fumbles all day, knocks it to Heaver, who knocks it, hoping for a teammate running past, but it's straight to Bomber Thompson. His kick, though, is astray, and Madden marks it for Carlton. Bradley screams for the hand pass, has to offload with the left foot. Kernahan looking into the sun, and Welsh takes the mark for the Blues 40 metres out. And that was well done. In the second quarter, I thought he erred once flying against Kernahan, who was competitive in a marking contest. But this time Welsh again went with him, and this time it was his jump and hands that prevailed. And here is the chance for that first goal. 2 minutes in. It is just what Carlton need to stir hope deep within the soul. In comes Welsh, 45 out, drop punt, fades a little left to right, but it holds up. No, it doesn't. It's offline, and it's a behind. They needed it. They're 5-3-33. The Dons are 10-9-69. We've just crossed 2 minutes in the third term.
The Bombers lead by 6 goals. Short kick in by Fletcher, finds Wanganeen, back pocket. Southern stand side, punt road in. Kicks the ball around the wing. Sexton leads Somerville in the race for the ball. He falls to ground after. I thought he got a push in the back, and the ball's gone over for a boundary throw in. Essendon 10-9-69. Carlton 5-3-33. The boundary throw in, half-forward flank for the Blues. Knocked down by Somerville, taken by Bradley, claimed there by Kelthorpe, his minder. Got the hand pass to Madden. Poor kick goes straight to Thompson. Floating hand pass further down the field to Kelthorpe. Just gets out of a tackle from McKay. He's up towards the middle. Gleeson puts his body in. Soccer off the ground by McKay to a vacant MCG centre. Powell is there, but he can't get the ball out. A chance for Watson. He goes in. They kick off the ground by Hills in towards centre half forward. Coming out is Spalding at centre half back. Feeds the ball down the field where it's marked by Powell. Powell now, a long kick for the Blues in towards the half-forward line to Kernahan, but he's cut off there by Wanganeen. Loose ball comes down towards Heaver. Short pass intercepted there by Fletcher. It comes to Somerville, who gives it down to Masiti, who chips the ball in the middle, and the Mercurial long is marked between centre and centre half-back.
Takes his time. Kicks long and with penetration towards Salmon, who outmanoeuvres Spalding and nearly marks. At the fall, Salmon doing pretty well. Hand passes backwards under pressure. Buick knocks it further backwards to O'Donnell. Don's well set up here. Hand pass, Oller and Shaw. Short pass to Salmon. As Denham comes off again. Grenvold back on. But importantly, Salmon has marked 45 metres out. Will kick from 50. And this is critical. I reckon if the Dons kick the first in this second half, they're just about there. They're in front by 36 points. And Salmon goes through the whole routine. He's kicked 2. The goals have been shared around. 2 each, Salmon, Mercury and Long. And 4 singles. The Dons fans under the scoreboard. Below the Ponsford stand, wait expectantly and watch. As Salmon comes in and from right on 50 drop punts. He has the distance. He kicks a goal. And his third is a backbreaker. As the Dons lead by 42 points. Brown coming off for Carlton and Scholl on. Brown went down heavily a moment ago in the lead-up. Essendon 11-9-75. Carlton 5-3-33.
Well, you're right, Tim. That one, Carlton come out and were quite superb, really, for 4 minutes. It was only some stout defence and get the rebound. The significance of just a tap on. I mean, Buick under pressure, just knocking that ball out, really was just so important in that contest.
From the centre bounce, knocked down by Madden, taken by Grenville, back to Oller and Shaw by hand. Scrubs the ball up towards the half-forward line to Mercury. Ratton there too. Does well. Ratton knocks the ball out to McKay. A lunge there, Mercury, but can't save the ball as McKay kicks the ball wide of centre. Picked up by Bradley. Hand passes to Gleeson. Mown down by Grenville. Gleeson hand passes to himself and he's going to get a free kick. The tackle might have been too high. He hand passed away from himself and he must have been tackled after that by Grenville. Gleeson wide of centre. A centering kick, the half-forward for the Blues. Up goes Wanganeen, the 2 number 4s. Kernahan, he's got the first and second grab, and he's marked at 50. He has kicked 4 goals 1 of Carlton's 5 goals 3. It's his 5th mark. He's dead in front. No breeze to contend with. Perfect football conditions and playing conditions. Now Stephen Kernahan to get back that goal. The Bombers kicked the first of the third term after Carlton did all the attacking in the first 4 minutes. Kick by Kernahan, the drop punt. It's on its way. He's pushed it to, I'm not sure. He's hit the post. I was about to say he pushed it to the left. He did. But just how far I wasn't quite sure from side on. Hit the post and it's through for a behind. Carlton 5-4-34 in the grand final. Trail Essendon by 41, 11-9-75.
6.5 minutes have slipped by and the Dons have kicked the only goal. The Blues have had more of the footy but haven't capped off their work. Fletcher pokes a little pass to Thompson. Aythorne comes front on and gives away an obvious free kick. And now advantage as the ball spills onto Mercury. Over the top to Ollerenshaw. The babies are at work and they are doing it beautifully. Hand pass one to the other. Then a bad kick, Mercury. But Long makes it good as he steals it from Bradley. Backwards a hand pass to Thompson. Kick smothered. Ollerenshaw mops up. Hand pass to the brilliant Long. Chips with the left boot. Danaher marks. Four to the wing. Runs on. Shrugs the tackle from McKay. Kicks Long. Salmon has to sit on Spalding. Can't take the mark. At the full, Christou out towards the boundary line and Spalding takes it over for a throw-in. Left forward pocket for the Dons. 7 minutes in. Essendon 11-9-75. Carlton 5-4-34.
The Bombers by 41 points. They've increased their half-time advantage by 4 in the first 7 minutes. Boundary throw-in. Knocked down by Madden. Fluky ball goes to Hurd. Breaks out of the pack. Has the snap in towards the goal square. Hills and Hannah. Hills goes to ground. Hannah knocks it to the front of the square. Picked up by Christou. Hand pass to Hannah. Hannah's hand pass to Gleeson wasn't a good option. Picked up by Grenbold. Harvey clean bowled by his hand pass. Picked up by O'Donnell. A chip pass to half forward. And Mercury is marked. About 55 metres out from goal directly in front. Now the Bombers will need Salmon to get back because Hurd is there pitted against big Justin Madden. 20 possessions, Gary O'Donnell. He's been a real stalwart for the Bombers. Now Mercury will kick from about 53, directly in front. A fast approach. Drop punt on its way. It's hefty. It's long. It's straight. And it's a goal. And that's his third. Essendon 12-9-81. 8 minutes into the third term. Carlton 5-4-34. Stanley, it is not looking good. 47 points.
No, it's not.
Goals.
And I said at half-time that they've really got to, Carlton have got to have Essendon chase them. Well, we can see what's happening now. I mean, when O'Donnell picked the ball up, players have run. They're making positions. They're chipping the ball in. The Carlton players are just continually getting a headache, spinning around looking for where their men were. And, gee, that's going to be one heck of a haul back from here.
Madden beats Somerville, fisted on by Heaver. Sexton fumbles. It's got to be first grab. It spills to Harvey, who does very well to thread his kick through the traffic. Off hands taken by Silvani. Tries to run away from Watson. Tremendous tackle, Watson. Silvani a hand pass on in desperation. Heaver over the ball. Knocks it to Bradley, who wasn't expecting it. And Fletcher's able to mop up for the Dons. Pumping hand pass to Hills. Just inside the boundary line to O'Donnell, who goes for touch and does it brilliantly. In fact, it just crossed the line so marginally that it actually came curling back into play. But the whole of the footy had gone over. And so the boundary umpire called it, quite rightly, out of bounds on the wing, members' side.
The Bombers by 47 points from the throw-in, taken by Madden. Hand passes to himself, then palms down towards Heaver, grabbed by Mercedes. Heaver's hand pass goes to Williams, advantage to Carlton. The ball comes to Aythorne, kicked into an Essendon player. The ball up towards 50, and the ball has been worked over deliberately. We'll wait and see. No, by Mercury, with Bradley in close pursuit. 10 minutes in the third term. The Bombers have made no impression. Sorry, the Blues have made no impression. The Bombers have gone further in front. From the throw-in, Bradley is there, runs the wrong way, has a hand pass almost to himself, then kicks down towards Welsh. The spoil came, over the shoulder, Wallace. Free kick to Rowan Welsh, 25 metres out, almost directly in front. So Welsh has kicked 1 goal, 1. That side came from Peter Keenan, I think.
Yes, it's a very low standard game now by Carlton. You know, just looking for, they've got 8 rejects from other sides.
He kicked the goal from a free kick in the second term. He's got a free kick now. He's pushed it to, well, I'm not sure. It may have come back. He's put it through. Yes, a goal to Carlton. kick by Rowan Welsh. He has kicked 2 goals, 1 of their score of 6 goals, 4, and Kernahan has kicked the other 2 goals for the Blues. 11 minutes, third term. Essendon 12-9-81, Carlton 6-4-40, Tommy Hafey.
Well, it was Nelly Gaines' run of play in actual fact, because I've been really pleased with the way that the Bombers are chased like crazy. A couple of their chases have been fantastic. He's got his both goals from free kicks. Obviously, he's earned them. He's playing in front and he's...
Grenvold goes back into defence for Essendon. At the bounce, Madden and Somerville crash each other again. It's hard work in there. O'Donnell, the crumb. He's into the 20s possession-wise. He kicks to half-forward. First there, Hills. Silvani bearing down. Hand pass looking for Hurd. It bounces away from him over the line. Right in front of the members. Essendon 12-9-81. Carlton 6-4-40. It's the Dons by 41 points. Approaching 12 minutes third term. Carlton making no impact. Somerville front position. Madden able to take it out of the air. He's well tackled. He knocks it onto Heaver, who has crashed. Met hard by Masiti. The ball spills to Long. Steadies. Madden falls over and Long just props. Waits. Slow motion. Then runs around Christou. Kicks Long for Salmon. Spalding does pretty well. It bounces. Danaher tackled. Breaks clear. Goal! And that's the sort of goal and the sort of reaction that gives you the impression that grand finals are over. Essendon 13-9-87, Carlton 6-4-40.
The excitement of Long back here up the ball after he got rid of it. I mean, just the fact that he came back and he wasn't to be hustled and bustled, and as you said, I mean, Dana, it was almost the arrogance, wasn't it, the push-off of the tackle, able to beat that and then steady when really you would think that he would be just gobbled up in that tackle. And really, the mental ascendancy is just too big a gap from here on in, Tim.
The Bombers by 47 points. They clash at the centre bounce to Ruckman. It comes down to Bradley. Breaks clear. Runs away from O'Donnell. Has a cheeky bounce. O'Donnell bearing down. Bradley kicks towards half forward. The ball going to land on 50. Fletcher up. Punches the ball away. Picked up by Thompson. Hand pass to the Brownlow medalist Wanganeen. Scrubs the ball across the half-back line for Masiti. In goes Gleeson. Over the boundary line. And there'll be a throw in. 70 metres out from Carlton's goal. The Bombers led by 37 points at half-time and have added a further 10 points to that advantage from the throw in. O'Donnell from behind knocks the ball down towards the boundary. Picked up there by Heaver. Looks for free kick for a push and will get it. Cagey little player. Plays on quickly. Gains about 7 metres. Centering kick. Kernahan there at centre half forward. Up goes Harvey. Photo finish between the two. But Harvey's been paid the mark at centre half back for the Bombers. He's got options everywhere. Long on the half back line. He finds him. Long, nonchalant as ever. Lines up. Kicks further down the field to Watson, who gets in front of Silvani. Dropped the mark he should have taken. Runs the wrong way. Floats a hand pass down towards McCurry. By hand gives it back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell to Salmon on the point of the square. 70 metres out from goal. Big Salmon. Now the lead. In towards Wallace. He comes out. Can't mark. Off the pack. Chris Danaher is there. Collision with Hannah. Danaher goes to ground. Could be penalised. He won't be for holding the ball. A ball up about 45 out from the Bombers' goal. They lead by 47 points. 14 minutes in the third term. 13-9 to Carlton 6-4.
And there's a look about the Blues now as though perhaps the spirit has been sapped. I think the air's been sapped from Chris Danaher's lungs. He's not too good as he picks himself up, but they're a hardy breed, the boys from Ungary. Ball comes, Essendon's attacking side of the pack. Hannah Foxes for a free. He's under pressure. He goes to ground. Hard in at the ball was Wallace. He shook him up then, but he's given away a free kick. Carlton's ball in the last line of defence. And it will be taken by Christou. Right in the teeth, under the scoreboard. He sees a man Spalding in space and delivers well. He's got Scholl in good position if he can get it off. Watson bearing down now, but he delivers beautifully to Scholl, and they should set something up. He crosses the wing. Bomber Thompson comes at him. He gets around him. He's had a second bounce. 75 out. Spears to Kernahan, who with good hands holds it just inside the 50. But again, he's had to come a long way up.
They ought to make him a saint, you know, Kernahan. He's the only one with the flag in his hand.
He's kicked 4 of the 6. And the Blues are 47 points behind. 15 and a half third term. Kernahan from outside 50. Long drop punt. A very long kick, but just offline, or is it? It's his 5th goal. Well done. Another very good kick. And he's 5. They're like the drums under a raft, keeping it afloat in the roughest waters. But the Blues still are really struggling. Essendon 13-9-87, Carlton 7-4-46. Let's go to David Mackay, the Blues coach.
Well, good effort there by Scholl to put that pass into Kernahan, but it's just much too little. The fact that Essendon have scored 3 goals and Carlton have only scored 2. The fact they had 2 chances to Welsh and Kernahan, but really the Blues have got to keep plugging away, but they're pushing against a very strong tide at the moment.
Football on the ABC Grandstand Network around Australia. From the centre bounce, Madden down to Gleeson. Gleeson's hand pass to Hon. It's a poor one, intercepted there by Ola Renshaw. Haythorn's poor hand pass. It was Ola Renshaw kicking the ball out towards the wing. Silvani beats Watson, has a bounce, runs around the southern wing, delivers poorly up towards Powell, who left it behind. There, let's see, it's going to be a free kick.
Throw.
A throw, was it? It's going against Powell. To be taken by Bomber Thompson, half-back flank. On the southern side of the MCG, the Bombers heading up towards the main scoreboard for City goal. Kicks down towards Salmon, pushing and shoving. In fact, Salmon behind is Spalding double back into his body, but Salmon infringed. Spalding's got the free kick. Kicks the ball to the centre square position, a kick and a half out from goal. The fist came from Somerville to the Bombers. Back in towards the middle. Fluky bounce. Which way will it go? Basidi being pursued by Kernahan. The ball comes out of the pack. Aythorne, poor disposal, upended. Kicks the ball out towards the wing. Picked up there by Buick. Heard by himself on the half-forward line. He pinpoints him beautifully. And James Hird, as Kernahan is a little bit of a dust up there with Chris Danaher. Danaher just he's hurt his tummy.
I think it's something to do with Kernahan going past him. That's why he's hurt his stomach.
Now James Hird on about a 40-degree angle. Right half-forward flank, just down from the members. Haythorne coming off and Alvin coming on. James Hird, drop punt. It won't be a goal. He's pushed it far to the left. Up they go, fisted over by Scholl. Interference in the pack. It's going against the Bombers. A defensive free kick to be taken by, looks like Mackay of Carlton. 18 minutes third term. The Bombers 13-9-87. The Blues 7-4-46.
Yes, Alvin on for Aythorne, who's been ruthlessly exposed talent-wise. He just hasn't had the skills to match the tempo of a grand final. Kick out to half-back. Scholl working hard southern wing. Hand pass to Williams. Squirts it off to Bradley. Pushed as he kicked, and it goes sailing out into the southern stand. Out on the full. And the Dons fans love it. What a day for them. What 8 days they've had coming back in that magical preliminary final from 7 goals down at half-time. Just over a week ago, they thought their season was coming to a premature end, and they couldn't have imagined that exactly a week later they'd have the grand final as good as one. Now, a free kick to the Dons, a short kick up ground has been marked by Danaher, who looked in trouble a moment ago. He's okay now. He kicks up to the pocket. Salmon tries to palm it to the back. Nobody there. Hogg can't pick it up cleanly. And really, Carlton's capacity to take the ball at the first grab has been abysmally low. Pack forms, and there'll be a ball up in Essendon's left forward pocket. 19 minutes gone, third term. Essendon 13-9, Carlton 7-4.
The Bombers by 41 points in the sunshine here in Melbourne. There's the ball up in the pocket, knocked down by Madden out to Christo, who keeps it in, fists the ball outside 50. And good hip and shoulder out there. Gleeson and the Essendon player who is Ola Renshaw. 50 metres out, boundary throw in. Essendon 13-9, Carlton 7-4. The boundary throw in. In comes Madden, takes the ball out of the air, tries to deliver. Gets it to Chris Danaher, upended. Loose ball comes back to Salmon, who does well. Picks up the ball on 50, fires it towards goal, and he's put it through. Touched. He has kicked 3 goals too. He made all the play from that boundary throw in. It would have been a terrific reward for him, and he put it through, but just touched before the line. Essendon 13-10, Carlton 7-4.
Silvani short to Spalding in the back pocket. He's able to take off. The Bombers not worrying about that short chip. He kicks out to the wing. Essendon there with numbers, and that's why they're not worried about it. They control the ball now. It comes to Hills, who runs to the 50. Oh, he pinned the ears back and gave it everything he had and miscued hopelessly, and it's gone out on the full.
He had Chris Danaher in the goal square too.
It was just one of those moments in front of the members to relish. Watson coming off, and he's replaced for the moment by Calthorpe. Now umpire Carey comes and speaks to Spalding, who goes long across the face, but the umpire says, nope, got to come back. As he had the moment of glory, Paul Hills, in front of the members, And I think he forgot everything and blazed away. Would have brought the house down if he'd kicked it. The Dons by 42 points. Spalding short again, and Silvani marks it. Now he goes back to Spalding on the edge of the goal square. Two bearing down. Oh, he played on and the umpire let him go. And now he can deliver to Alvin in space. He was lucky.
Yes, he's got space on the half-back line. Has one bounce. Kicks the ball out towards the wing. Mark taken by Powell. On the southern wing, heading up towards the Punt Road goal. Tim Powell looking for Kernahan. Fletcher came in, got a bit of a nudge, but I think it was his own fault. The ball comes to Scholl, paddles inside 50, and Olorenshaw close in hand. But Scholl's kick to the goal square. Oh, Salmon dropped what he should have taken. Roving the pack is Wanganeen. Kicks out wide to Long. He'll need a good bounce. Controls it beautifully. Runs away from Hannah. Hard to see him being carried off in the stretcher in the second term. But anyway, he gets the hand pass away long from Hannah. Onto the running Wanganeen, who kept on coming. Kicks the ball up towards Hurd. Can't mark. Best recover with Presto. Good picker. Handball across to Wanganeen. This will be a sensational goal. He lines up, grubs it in, but it slews away to the left. He would have run 200 metres almost in that set-up play, Gavin Wanganeen. And he might have just caught the toe of his boot. He grubbed it in towards goal. No elevation. Stam was clapping all the way. 13-11 to 7 goals for.
McKay chips to Spalding, who sells Buick the dummy and then runs off and has a couple of bounces. Kicks to the centre line and Big Justin can't quite hang on to a juggled mark. Williams cleans up. Hand pass to Gleeson. Another to Heaver. In the clear now. Goes for Welsh on the lead. Can't mark it. And Thompson has Powell covered. Thompson takes it. Hand pass to Fletcher. Chip past Masiti. Marks it half-back for the Dons, and it looks so easy. Just off the defensive 50. He passes up towards the wing, and Wallace has come down ground, and the strong man takes a mark for Essendon. Behind the southern wing, oh, Salmon in space, and Wallace spies him. Kicks well, and Salmon takes the mark for Essendon between the wing and the half-forward flank.
The Bombers lead by 43 points. Kick by Salmon in towards the forward pocket, pushing and shoving. I thought it may have been against the Bombers. The ball comes down to Mercury, gets a high tackle, and it might have been a snipe or unintentional. Hard to tell, but he's going to get the free kick. 60 metres out from goal. The Bombers lead 89 to 46. Short pass into centre half forward, and Gary O'Donnell is marked 40 metres out directly in front. And he's going short again to Harvey, who's come down from centre half back, thought about playing on. Oh, he took a half step, probably more. He's gone back and he's going to have a set shot.
He remembered he was a half-forward flanker years ago, took the step, then remembered he was a centre-half back, and now and the years have caught up with him.
Well, the Bombers by 43, and if he puts it through from 25 out directly in front, it'll equal the widest margin in this match, which came, and Jack will tell me at the moment, when the Bombers led by 49 points, 22 minutes in the second term. Mark Harvey from 30. Drop punts for goal, and I'm not sure. The Bomber fans like it. Yes, it's a goal. Kicked by the centre half back, drifting down. And the Bombers have got the 93 flag.
Dons have stitched it up. They've kicked 4 goals to 2 for the quarter. Neither ruckman touches the ball until it lands again, and Salmon takes it. Kicks with the left boot into half forward. Christou, one of Carlton's best. Thumps it clear of the pack to Hannah. Under pressure, gives it to Ratton. Goes sideways to McKay. Still not time to steady. Blazes away accurately. Finds Alvin in midfield. He kicks quickly, hoping that Welsh might be on the end of it. He could have been held. No free. Wanganeen runs in the same direction as the ball and soccers from about 15 or 20 metres out. Played the percentage, went for the safety of the scoreline for a Carlton behind.
I'll tell you what, Crackers, if Justin Madden's the best ruckman in the league, I'll go he. He is hopeless at the moment.
Kick in by Fletcher, short one to Kelthorpe, who's on, replacing Watson a couple of minutes ago. He's marked at centre half back. Out towards Hills, although let's see, it might be Harvey who'll come in and outmark them all. He does from the side. Mark Harvey. Essendon 14-11, Carlton 7-5. Goes short to Long. Breaks clear as Williams came in to try and spoil. And again, he stops motion completely. Chip pass, not far enough. Oh, that was about 7 metres to Christian Hurd by hand. Gives it to Hills. Delays his hand pass to, is it Wallace back there? Wallace's hand pass to Long. Long, 60 out. A centering kick to half forward. Almost a mark there to Mercury. The ball comes to Madden. Hand pass across. Was it a hand pass to Hogg? Through the middle he goes. Here come the Blues up towards half forward. That should have been paid a mark to that player out there. Powell went up, couldn't mark. Through the pack comes Bradley, but grabbed onto, but got a hand pass to Alvin. By hand to Kernahan. 40 metres out. The skipper leans back and kicks another personal goal. Number 6 for Stephen Kernahan. The Bombers 14-11-95. That's Essendon, if you're listening interstate. Carlton 8-5-53, and the margin 42 points. That is 7 goals. We're into time on by about 97 seconds in the third term. Well, Kernahan 6-2. Sorry, Pete.
That he just blazed away and kicked a goal. Now, Scholl does well after the ball up here. Despite being held onto, he hand passes to Alvin. Kicks with the left foot to Kernahan again. Just inside the 50. He's kicked a couple from this far out today. And this is Dermot Brereton-like, vintage 1985. When the kid kicked 8 in a losing team. In fact, a team that was thrashed in a grand final. And Kernahan's lining up for number 7. Has 6 out of 8. He kicks from outside 50. Bit of left to right, but it holds up enough, and it is number 7. Oh, this is Herculean. The margin is 36 points. Games have been won from here. We're at the 28-minute mark of the third quarter. The Dons are 14-11. The Blues are 9-5. Who wants to dream a little bit? Bobby Skilt.
I just want to know the name of the little bloke in Holland that had his finger in the dike. What was his name? Because that's what he's doing, Kernahan.
Well, it's been the day of the Indigenous people. It's dream time, certainly.
8 goals in this third term, 4 apiece. A perfect centre bounce. Up they go. One by Madden. Here comes Heaver. Will he get a good bounce? He will. Hand passes to Bradley. Here come the Blues. Hand passes to Alvin. Inside 50. Goes for goal. And he's put it through. 2 goals to Carlton in 25 seconds. We're back to 5 goals in the grand final. A late rally by the Blues. We saw a late rally in the second term. And now the margin only 30 points. 14-11-95 Essendon. Carlton 10-5-65. Stanley.
Yes, good effort. I mean, if we've got the 20...
To give the Blues that lift late in the quarter. Madden the tap, but it's straight to Calthorpe, who bursts out of the centre. 2 bounces, 60 out, long, thumping kick is a goal! How many times can you be killed?
Well, Tim, that's exactly what Essendon wanted. There's nothing like answering, a little bit of a burst with a goal, and particularly
15-11 Essendon, 10-5 from the centre bounce. Madden and Salmon, probably 50-50, Jack. A chance for Heaver, but he gets the ball out to Williams. By hand gives it to Alvin, who chips the ball to Powell. Outmarked easily by Bomber Thompson of Essendon, the skipper. Kicks the ball to O'Donnell, who's been absolutely superb. O'Donnell plays on, just gets his kick in. Kicks to Wallace. Up goes Silvani, can't spoil. And Dean Wallace, the strong man of the Bombers, has marked about a kick and a half out from goal. Left half forward flank. Southern side kicking to the main scoreboard end. He's gone short to Ollerenshaw. Still about a kick and a quarter out. Somerville drops back, or they're playing... Yeah, well, he's kicked back to to Wallace in the same position. They might be counting down the clock. 30 and a half minutes, third term. Wallace still a kick and a half out. Oh, he's chipping back to Ollerenshaw. Oh, this is unbelievable. Well, they've wound the clock down by about a minute to go in with their 6-goal buffer at three-quarter time. Now Ollerenshaw, a positive kick in towards the pocket. Masiti takes a beauty. About 40 metres out, he's wedged up against the boundary. He's a right-footed from memory. And if he kicks this...
It's all over again.
It's all over again. The old phrase, catch-up footy. They just can't catch up. Now Masiti from 40 out, the drop punt on its way. It is a beauty. He's put it through. They can do no wrong, and the goal comes right on three-quarter time. I better write it down. The AFL Grand Final. I better do my mathematics. It's back to 42 points again for the Bombers. 7 straight goals. 16-11-107 to Carlton 10-5. He holds the ball aloft. The final term. of the 1993 season is underway. A perfect bounce won by Madden, taken by Gleeson. The Blues first to go forward in the final term. Kicks the ball on the bounce up towards half forward. Fletcher comes out in front of Kernahan, who applies the tackle, and Fletcher's kick goes over and out for boundary throw-in. Up till three-quarter time, free kicks, Carlton 20, Essendon 17, and the clearance is going to the Bombers 17-11, which is now 18-11. From the boundary throw-in, knocked down or taken out of the air by Madden, but straight to Long. Long's hand pass to Calthorpe. Calthorpe sideways hand pass over the top of Bradley to Long. Has one bounce, runs up towards 50, kicks in towards Salmon's area. He takes the mark. He had the sun in his eyes. He shielded it. Spalding, his opponent, was about 4 or 5 metres in front of him, led underneath the ball. It went over his head and fell into Salmon's lap. 9 marks for the Fish. O'Donnell 25 possessions, Ola Renshaw 20, and for the Blues, Williams 21, Bradley 17, and of course Kernahan with 7 goals. Paul Salmon on a 40-degree angle out where Bay 13 used to be, in front of the ghost of 13, will come in from about 45 metres and have a shot for goal and make the difference 48 points. He's kicked 3 goals too. Here he comes from 40. Salmon kicks and he's put it through, straight through the middle. A real sockeye, good quality Salmon, that one. 16-11. Essendon make that 17-11. 113. Carlton 10-5, 65. Stan?
Well, I think it's incredible. By my reckoning, it might have been the Salmon, I think, in the first almost minute or so of 3 of the quarters has kicked a goal down there. Just to gain that ascendancy. He's just so critical at the start of every quarter, and he hasn't let them down. But again, magnificent running, Long, the overlap, Calthorpe, wonderful setup.
At the bounce, Madden and Somerville share it. Long getting better, knocks it Essendon's way. Harvey in a scrap a moment ago with Gleeson, goes in with vigour. Hand passes to Calthorpe, who hand passes. Hopefully it doesn't come off. Free kick going Essendon's way. Not sure for what. Umpire Kerry's looking as though there was an open hand pass. Calthorpe goes short towards Wallace. It bounces to him outside the 50. He steps around Silvani. He runs to 50. He kicks behind as it comes off Spalding's hands and drops through. Essendon 17-12, 114. And they're surfing a big wave now. Carlton 10-5, 65, 2.5 final term.
Kick in by Spalding eventually out towards the southern wing. Who's out there? Harvey there. Flick on by Christo. Might have got a free kick for over the shoulder. I thought I heard a whistle. Knocked the ball on down towards McKay. He lost possession. So did Hogg. He's been quiet today. Kick off the ground by Long. Christo again. Hip and shoulder with Buick on the half-forward line for the Bombers. Buick takes the front position. He's got a couple to beat. Knocks the ball through the pack. But Hogg pursuing well. Picks the ball up on 50. Kicks the ball wide of centre. But Gary O'Donnell is there for the Bombers, who lead 114-65. Works onto his left boot as he plays on. A centering kick. Salmon down there with Spalding. Salmon goes to ground. Spalding can't do much with it. Off the pack, Hurd! He's put it through from 10 metres out. Hurd gets his second. It is well and truly all over now. These young Bombers ahead of schedule. They thought maybe next year or the...
Gain 20 metres. Powell gets back. Takes clean possession. Goes for a run and loses the ball. And Harvey takes it away from him. Chips with the left foot to Wallace, who traps it miraculously. Goes backwards with a hand pass to Harvey, who goes sideways and gives it straight to Christo of Carlton. Or is it Silvani? It's Silvani who's marked it on the half-back line for the Blues. He kicks towards the wing, hoping for Kernahan. He's about the only one you can hope for, but it doesn't carry. And his opposing captain, Thompson, as he so often does, chimes in coolly and takes the mark on the centre line for the Dons. And you get the feeling the floodgates might be open now. He goes short to Long, who pokes it with the left boot around the half-forward flank. And it's too easy for Mercury, who marks just outside 50.
The lead from Salmon. He thought about the lead. I thought he might have played on. He took half a step over the mark. Now let's see who's dropping back. Wallace is dropping back, but he's gone short the Salmon. It's been cut off by McKay of Carlton, who marks at centre half back. Kicks the ball out towards the wing. Williams is there. Long tried to outmark from behind. Couldn't do so. Williams marks and plays on. Kicks to Kernahan on the wing. Kernahan fists the ball further down the field. Thompson is there. He's mown down by Powell, who gives away a silly free kick. And the free kick will go to Bomber Thompson, which becomes a free hand pass to Fletcher. From a stand start, from half-back, kicks willy-nilly towards half-forward, and Christo's marked on the half-back line for the Blues. Essendon 18-12, 120, Carlton 10-5, 65, 5.5 minutes in the final term.
Long kick into half-forward, off the pack Bradley, twists, turns, there is nowhere to go, no way out. Short kick to Powell was clever. Now he doesn't know what to do. He swings it to no one. On the end of it, Thompson marks on his chest for the Dons. Now the Blues really need to get their heads up here, otherwise they're going to have their noses rubbed in it. The Dons are in front by 55 points. Play on here to Hills, to Calthorpe, who comes in board. Shepherd there from Danaher if he needs it. Hand pass Calthorpe over the top to Buick. Running out of defence. A couple of bounces. Crosses the centre. Kicks to nobody except Spalding. Oh, Spalding misjudges it completely. Fortunately for him, Salmon stumbles and saves him total embarrassment. He gives a hand pass off to Welsh, who kicks tiredly to half-back. Off the pack, Essendon with numbers. Ollerenshaw lost control of it. McCurry doesn't. Left foot kick to Salmon, who takes the mark 45 metres out.
96-8, 62, Tim.
So we still haven't touched the 100,000 since the Great Southern Stand was built. 96,862. And a few of them with the blue and white streamers might start to leave shortly, because it really is all over now. And as I said a moment ago, I just feel that the floodgates could open here. The Blues look as though they have dropped the bundle, but the hope that they might still have harboured at three-quarter time is gone. The Bombers are on a roll, and it could be one of those last quarter demolitions.
Williams out of the centre, Tim.
Salmon coming in for number 5, crosses the 50, drop punts and kicks beautifully. That's his 5th. And it's painful stuff now for the Blues supporters. They're 61 points behind. It's been a thrashing. Essendon 19-12, 126. Carlton 10-5, 65.
Half forward, Scholars there for the Blues. Traps it. A left foot kick up to centre half forward. Up goes Kernahan through his fingers. Off the pack. The best recovery comes from Wanganeen. Sideways hand pass to Beauty to Grenvold, who kicks out towards the half-back flank, where it's marked out there by McCurry. Now it's Calthorpe, in fact, who breaks clear, has a couple of bounces, runs away from Bradley, has 3. Bradley got there in time, but got the hand pass away to O'Donnell, who got a high tackle and will take the free kick. It was Calthorpe's hand pass going to O'Donnell, who got a high tackle. He's wide of centre, just on the attacking side. Bombs the ball in. It's going to land 20 metres out. And the mark, I'm not sure. It was a raffle. I think Salmon thought he had it. And the umpire might have been on the blind side, the same as my field glasses here. Rowan Welsh didn't claim it. Salmon did, and looks disappointed he wasn't awarded the mark. Essendon 19-12. Carlton 10 goals 5. A ball up 25 out from the Bombers' goal at the punt road end. Knocked down by Salmon. The idea was good. Timmy Watson's there. Picks it up. He's caught by Christo and will be penalised for throwing the ball. And Evangelist, or is it? Evangelist Christo will take the free kick at fullback for the Blues.
And can hold his head up. He hasn't stopped trying, and that tackle typified his efforts when it looked as though there was a goal there for the taking. He finds Madden out near the defensive 50. The Giraffe goes short to Sexton, who marks between half-back flank and wing for the Blues. Not much to go for in midfield, so he goes for the old reliable Kernahan, who uses the body nicely. Outpoints Fletcher, runs onto the bouncing ball, centres with the left boot, hoping for Silvani, who takes a good mark 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Kernahan heroic for the Blues, just head and shoulders above the pack. 7 goals out of a team total of 10, and amidst a team that has been absolutely thrashed. 10 minutes into the term, in comes Silvani. They need a goal or two just to restore things on the board a little bit, but they don't get it here. It's across the face, and it's a minor score. Essendon 19-12, Carlton 10-6, and it is the Bombers by 10 goals at the 10-minute mark.
Fletcher leans back. A lazy kick. Yes, it is lazy. It's very poor kicking on the back foot. He doesn't get the distance. Marked by Hogg. Chips the ball sideways to Hannah, who marks. He's still 2 kicks out from goal. A long kick, looking for Silvani, pushing and shoving. Kernahan goes up, Williams through the pack. Grabbed by Wanganeen. Williams has a shot for goal. He's offline to the right. Tackled by the Brownlow medalist. The winner and the runner-up there contesting. And I think the winner had the best of that as the runner-up missed to the right-hand side, 4 behind. 10.5 minutes final term. It's all over. The Bombers 16 premierships to Carlton 14. 19-12-126 to Carlton 10-7-67. From the kick-in, no one can mark the ball. It's taken by Buick, who hand passes to Somerville at centre-half back.
And the big fellows able to feint and bob and weave. They're doing it so easily. And then he chips to Mr. Reliable O'Donnell, who hand passes to another who bears the same title, and that's Thompson, who drives the Dons into attack. But Sexton is in the way and marks for Carlton. The sting is all out of the game. The excitement is all gone. It's all over. The Dons have the flag won. Sexton kicks to the middle. Wanganeen almost takes a great mark. He gets a brilliant hand pass to Calthorpe. Another to O'Donnell. A long kick. Salmon can't get there for the contest, though. And backing back, playing in defence, Rowan Welsh takes the mark. Pumps a hand pass over the top to Sexton, who has to hug it to his chest. They've been so uncertain with their hands all day. Kick forward to the centre. Williams up in attack. Can't mark. The brilliant long. Bursts out of trouble. Blind turn. Bounce into the clear. Left foot kick is good into half forward. Up in front, the Dons can't mark. Mercury it was. Coming the other way, though, Scholl wins the contest. Hand passes in search of Ratton. Has to wait for it to bounce and then chips to Alvin, who marks at half-back for the Blues and kicks to Madden up on the wing. Somerville against him. Spills to McKay. Soccers on. Pursues it. Traps it. Runs to the 50. Doesn't go for goal. He centres. Nothing there, though, for the Blues. And it goes bouncing across the face and over the line for a throw-in in the left forward pocket. Essendon by 59 points. We're 12 minutes into the longest quarter of the year for the old dark navy Blues, who have copped a hammering.
A boundary throw in 20th and the Blues goal. Up they go in ruck. Kernahan tries to take the ball, but falls on his bottom. The ball there comes out of the pack. Bradley, open goal, 20 metres out, fires, and I think he's put it through. He's put it through. Yes, he has. He wasn't throwing his fist in the air because he knows it's belated and won't make any difference to the result. So Bradley gets a goal for the Blues. Score check in the grand final. Essendon 19-12-126. Carlton 11-7-70.
Bounce of the ball in the centre, Salmon and Madden. And Big Harry hasn't stopped trying, but he's well beaten down to Long, who's been brilliant. He's tackled well this time by Aythorne. Oller and Shaw at the spill. Good tackle, Aythorne, and that was great stuff. 2 tackles he laid and prizes the ball Carlton's way to Scholl, who leans back on the wobbly old Torp. Kernahan outmanoeuvres Fletcher again and takes the mark 60 metres out. Silvani starts to lead and leaves the goal unguarded. Kernahan kicks long. Off direction, out towards the left behind post, and it bounces through for a behind. Essendon 19-12-126. Carlton 11-8-74. The Dons by 52 points, almost at the 14-minute mark. No chance, Swan?
In a word, Tim, no.
A short kick in by Buick finds Wanganeen at centre half back for the Bombers. Almost at full back, really. The kick was so short. Options all up the ground. Finds Long. Takes the mark. Handball across to Thompson. Thompson's kick to Olorenshaw wide of centre. No one on the mark. Plays on quickly. Kicks in towards half forward. But their delivery forward this term, the Bombers, has not been good. Sexton marks and finds Scholl between half-back, flank and wing. Essendon 19-12. Carlton 11-8. The kick by Scholl from wing. Around our broadcast towards the member side. Salmon up, can't mark. High hand pass in the air by Fletcher. It comes down to Aythorne. Quick hand pass to Williams. By hand gives it to Madden. Madden on the wing. Tumbles the ball by boot in towards centre half forward. Up goes Buick. Can't mark. He's on 50. He's defending. In goes Calthorpe. He's claimed there by Aythorne. And the field umpire, Darren Goldspink, will call for a bounce. Centre half forward. Blues into attack, trailing 126-74. And that crowd again at the MCG, 96,862.
And unfortunately, they haven't seen a really memorable grand final, unless, of course, you barrack for the Dons. It was all over early. The Blues made a couple of rallies. From the ball up, Aythorne wins a kick up towards the forward pocket, and it bounces over the line for a throw-in. As the Blues didn't give it away early, they got back shortly before half-time and again shortly before three-quarter time. But perhaps the most crucial moment of the day, in the last couple of minutes of the third quarter, as Carlton had kicked 3 goals in under 2 minutes, and then suddenly the Dons answered with 2 of their own. From the throw-in, Kernahan takes it out of the air. Kick goes nowhere. Buick, who's had a quiet day, fumbles. Silvani in to make it a contest. Out to Alvin. Snaps with the left boot. Oh, it goes right across the face and went backwards. And Wanganeen runs onto it. And away goes the Brownlow medalist. A lap of honour at the end of this glorious season. A couple of bounces and trickles his kick out to the wing. And inexorably it trickles over the boundary line. And he turns But in his elastic rubber way, he goes bouncing back to the back pocket. And perhaps there's even a round of applause from the Carlton supporters.
16 minutes almost in the final term. Knocked down by Madden from the boundary, thrown to Aythorne. Hand pass across to McKay. A great find for the Blues this year. Kicks the ball to half forward, and Kernahan steals the ball from a Essendon player. It looks like Salmon. He's got the mark dead in front at the centre half forward. I gave that crowd of 96,862. We've had a tipping competition in the media centre, winner take all, and I think I'm within about 74 of that, so I might have a chance. Although I better not say too much, otherwise the shouts might be on me tonight when we have our end-of-season dinner. Will be. Thanks, Cleelo. Cleelo backed the Blues today. He's got that blue look at the moment. Now for goal number 8, the kick by Kernahan on its way. I think it's drifted to the left. It's still hard to tell. Yes, it has. And it's through from behind. He has kicked 7 goals for. 16 and 3/4 minutes into the term. Essendon 19-12, Carlton 11 goals 9.
Long and O'Donnell heroes for Essendon. There have been quite a few others. Chip back into play from Buick from fullback. Finds Grenvold, who kicks to the wing. Oller and Shaw up, gives away a free kick. A little stiff. As he climbed high, genuinely looking for the mark, the umpire felt he went too early, and it's a free to Scholl. Members wing. Kicks into half forward for the Blues. Go to Kernahan every time. He really is their only hope. He can't mark. On the ground, the Blues work it forward, but Buick soccers it back. Straight to Harvey. Long starts running for position. And look at him sprinting away from Hannah, hoping the kick will be weighted nicely. And it is. Will it sit for him? Hannah bearing down. Long wins a free kick with brilliant finesse. The Dons want to play on, but umpire Carey says it must come back, and why not? Give it to the champion. In the year of Indigenous people, he has played a brilliant final series. 25 possessions in the grand final. A real motivator for Essendon. He's risen to the heights.
And if I was voting for the Norm Smith medal, Tim, I think I might give him the edge.
He pokes a pass to Watson. Christou doing bravely for Carlton spoils and takes it over the boundary line for a throw-in at the 50. Essendon in attack, 18 minutes gone. The Dons 19-12. The Blues 11-9.
50 metres out from goal. Right half forward flank at the Punt Road goal. Knocked down by Madden, but straight to Harvey. Advantage free kick. It was paid to Essendon. Harvey allowed to play on. Has to shot the goal and puts it on the inner side. I was about to say that, Cleelo. Inner side of the goalpost for a behind. Carlton 11-9. Just because you're retired. 19-13. Essendon, it's 127-75. You can't keep him down.
Who'd he go for? That
he went for the Blues.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, by much.
Blues bring it back to play. Sexton kicks out to the members' wing. Welsh up in front of Salmon, who's had a big day, makes the spoil. It falls to McKay in the traffic. Hand passes to Gleeson, who's had a bad one. Kicks into half forward. Kernahan with 2 against him. Bradley the crumb. Hand pass to Williams. Thinks about it to Aythorne. Goes for goal himself and kicks a goal. Cleverly done. He certainly knows how to use the football, and he did it very skillfully then. But it's too little, too late. The Blues are 46 points down at the 19-minute mark. Essendon 19-13, Carlton 12-9.
It's in the final term, 127-81. There's the centre bounce, won by Madden again, but straight to Long. Bursts through the middle, has the bounce, runs to the point of the square, and finds Salmon, who drops the mark. He should have taken as he fell to ground. Picked up by Spalding, floats a hand pass out wide to Aythorne, and all of a sudden the Blues have the ball on the wing. Past our broadcast position, kicks up to Kernahan, who's marked about 70 metres out from goal. The lead came from Silvani. He's not looking for Silvani. Hogg was there. Buick as well. Hogg does well. Through the traffic. Handball across to Heaver. Heaver left foot snapping towards goal, and he's put it through. That's his first goal, the goal sneak. He's played pretty well for the Blues throughout the season, but has hardly been cited in the big one. 20 and a half minutes gone. Essendon 19-13, 127. Carlton 13-9, 87. Bobby Skilton out on Radio Australia. Goodness knows how many people listening. From the boundary throw in, Long gets a sweet piss to it. Wanganeen on the end of it. 40 metres out, fires for goal and misses everything. And it's out on the full. Long to Wanganeen. It would have been a beauty. Into time on by 2 seconds in the grand final. The free kick for that out on the full has gone to Spalding. Kicks outside 50, marked by Gleeson, who plays on, pumps a hand pass to Ratton at half-back. Around the outer side, the southern side, he goes to Madden. Madden marks. His game hasn't been too bad, Phil. You've been pretty critical. Plenty of tap-outs. Anyway, he's gone short, very short. Oh, that looked terrible to Ratton. You might be right. Ball picked up by Calthorpe. Handball across to Masiti. Masiti pointed the square. Centering kick, the lead from Salmon. He takes the ball on the bounce. Sideways hand pass, no one there. Plenty of Carlton and blue baggers there. Picked up by Hannah. Hand pass to Spalding. Has the bounce, but he's been run down by Ola Renshaw. The ball fluky. It's in the middle. Picked up by Heaver. Through the centre circle he goes. Kicks down towards Gleeson, who's hovering on the forward pocket, and Gleeson's marked about 45 out on a 45-degree angle. He's coming in from the southern side towards the main scoreboard goal. The Bombers lead by 39 points, and we're 26 minutes into the final term. Gleeson, the drop punt, on its way. It's a high ball, and the goal umpire goes right across to his left, but it's a behind only. Carlton 89, Essendon 127 in the dying moments of what has been a sensational 93 season of footy.
Dons by 38, and really it flatters the Blues. They've been done like a dinner. Harvey chips into play and Calthorpe marks, and all the credit goes to Essendon, Kevin Sheedy and his coaching team and his brave young players. Short kick now, Calthorpe to a tired Somerville, who knocks it to the boundary line and over for a throw-in. They are going to be the first team since 1977 to come via the first semi-final and win a flag. In ruck, Kernahan takes it, can't break away, loses it, picked up by Grenvold, who kicks back to the centre line. Madden marks. A couple of his teammates say, no, go back and take your kick. He does, into half forward. Kernahan trying to reach over the top of Fletcher. Can't mark it. At the fall, the Dons have it covered. Grenvold, a hand pass to O'Donnell. Sideways to Thompson. How many times do we call them together? Thompson has a run, has a bounce, and kicks impeccably to Masiti. Well spoiled by McKay, who swings his kick back into half forward. Kernahan up again, off the pack. Williams runs into a couple and a third. Hand pass to Kernahan. He blazes away from a standing start, and it's out on the full in front of the Sheedy's Army sign, which is packed with red and black. And in a moment, they will split the MCG air with a huge throaty roar to hail the Bombers' 15th flag. We're at the 27.5-minute mark of the final term, and Essendon leads 19-13-127 to Carlton 13-11-89.
The crowd 96,862, and the scoreboard just showing a shot of the Carlton coach's box, and it doesn't look too good, as you can imagine. From the kick, it's a fading one. It comes up to centre half forward for the Blues. It comes out to Chris Danaher, tackled by Alvin, that gets a long hand pass, and it's a good one too to Mercury. Point of the square, overlap hand pass too long, runs away from McKay. Good hip and shoulder assist by Masiti. Long goes to half forward, chips to Wanganeen, who takes the mark about 40 metres out from goal. And who's flat? Someone's flat behind play. Is it Long? No, he's okay. He's getting up.
I think he should have a rest.
I think he deserves a rest.
It was just for sheer effort, I think.
Exhaustion.
I'd take a mattress out to him.
Well, what a fitting finale to this season. If Gavin Wanganeen, the Brownlow medalist, can kick the last goal of the grand final, he's 40 out directly in front of the punt road end. He leans back and he's put it through. And he two-fists the air. Almost 29 minutes gone. Score check in the grand final. Carlton 13-11-89. Essendon 20-13-133. The margin is 44 points.
It's been a fairy tale as this young team, coming from, what was it, 8th last year, winning the night final, winning the Brownlow medal, winning the flag, and Michael Long in the year of Indigenous people dominating the grand final. The Baby Bombers by a thumping 44 points in the 93 grand final. And in two groups they meet. One group standing and the other one just cavorting on the MCG turf. They have pulled off a fairy tale. They've won the lot in 1993, and today they have annihilated Carlton 20-13-133 to 13-11-89. And now their coach, Kevin Sheedy, makes that triumphant walk from the box down through the gate. And he's about to head onto the ground to greet his young champions.
competition all year. Let's go to the song and pick up some of the atmosphere here at the MCG. And the final margin, 44 points. The final score, Essendon 20-13-133. The Carlton 13-11-89. And quickly through the goal kickers for the Bombers, 7 kicked 5, Mercury kicked 3, and 2 each to Hurd and Long. Singles to Harvey, Wanganeen, Danaher, Buick, Wallace, Mesiti, Denham and Kelthorpe. And there goes that song again. And for the Blues, Kernahan kicked 7, 2 to Welsh, and singles to Bradley, Heaver and Williams.
And Kevin Sheedy proudly made the point the other day that in his reign at Essendon, which started in 1981, this would be their 5th grand final. They lost the first in 83, they won the next 2, they were embarrassed in 1990. And now they have been rejuvenated. And when no one expected it, in 1993, they have bounced back and they've won themselves a flag, and one wonders just what is in store for this mighty young team, because as Peter said, clearly the best team all year, and on grand final day they've prevailed by 44 points, 20-13-13-11.
And Tim, very shortly Polly Farmer will present the Premiership Cup, and Morris Rioli the Norm Smith Medal, and the panel to judge the Norm Smith Medal in the 1993 grand final, Ross Oakley, the Chief Executive Officer of the AFL, Ted Whitten, Tim Lane from ABC Radio Sport, John McGrath, football journalist, and Ian Robertson, 7 network commentator.
Well, let's go around our experts for a brief comment from all of them. Stan.
Well, Tim, it wasn't the best grand final we've seen because it was dominated by a magnificent Essendon combination today, and unfortunately Carlton were never really in the contest. I thought that they were shell-shocked in that first quarter when they had control of the game. Essendon kicked 5 goals, 8-1-2, and the thing was that when you dominate so many areas of the game as Essendon did today, it's very hard to get back into it. They were well served today, Essendon. The matchups again went their way, as we've seen all year. Sheedy really is blessed by some boys who can do an outstanding job, and I suppose that the only person out there who was able to, from Carlton's point of view, was able to really hold his head up high and get clear was skipper Kernahan, who was magnificent. But from Essendon's point of view, they just had, well, they had excellent avenues to goal everywhere. They were just superb, and I don't know who's going to win the Norm Smith medal, but if it's not Michael Long, well, there's no good asking the umpires to change the voting system, because people in the rest of this crowd would have no idea what the game's about. Not only was he best player today, he was, without doubt in my mind, the best player of the series by a mile.
I don't know whether I'm allowed to say it, but if it's not Michael Long, don't blame me, Stan. I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word.
I'm calling for a swap. I believe that these people from Essendon didn't go home last Saturday they stayed here, and there was doubles, but they were absolutely superb. They carried on from last week, Tim, and they just pushed on and on. I didn't believe they could do it. I really believed the hard game and knock them about, but they were absolutely excellent today. Carlton had one winner all day, and that was Stephen Kernahan, but the rest, a little bit of strife. But gee, it was a great win, a magnificent victory. They are going to be an awesome side.
Now, Mike Williamson, the MC, just inviting some applause for the Blues, the beaten team, and it is nice to acknowledge them. It's the first time David Parkin has been beaten in a grand final as coach. And we'll get to David Mackay, who played under him in a couple of one premiership shortly. But
welcome former Richmond champion Morris Rioli.
Here's Mike Williamson, and we're about to hear who's won the Norm Smith medal.
1982, to present the Norm Smith medal to the player judged as best afield in the 1993 Foster's AFL Grand Final. And in this international year of the world's Indigenous people, may I announce to you the 1993 winner of the Norm Smith medal is Michael Long of Essendon.
The 23-year-old who came back from the dead before he came to play with the Dons becomes the second Aboriginal player after Rioli, who presents him with the medal to win the Norm Smith medal.
Michael Long, 28 possessions, 20 kicks, 8 hand passes and 8 marks.
Congratulations, Michael. Well done, Morris. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome former champion Geelong ruckman Graham Polly Farmer to present medallions to each player of the winning team. Polly Farmer.
Yes, Polly Farmer, a member of the 1963 Geelong Premiership team, standover medalist 1956 and 1960, and along with John Nichols, rates as one of the very best ruckmen ever to grace the arenas of Victoria and Western Australia.
One, Mark Harvey.
Mark Harvey getting his medallion for 20 possessions, 16 kicks, 4 hand passes and 5 marks.
I think he justified his selection.
Number 2, Mark McCurry.
Well, it'll be a familiar story. He also had 20 possessions. They were so even. 13 kicks, 7 hand passes. Just one of the babies to shine.
Number 3, the big fish, Paul Salmon.
In hospital during the week, getting a painkiller to his back. 18 possessions, 5 goals, 13 kicks, 5 hand passes and 10 telling marks.